by Reamer Remodel. It is our Beers on the Table hour of the program, and we welcome special guest, Vice President of Ticket Sales and Service for your Milwaukee Brewers, Michael Cosentino, joins us. Michael, thank you for taking time out. What's it like at the ballpark today?
Been building in and around the ballpark. The bunting is up around the stadium. The signs are up that says we're division champions again for the third time straight. I mean, you can just feel it around the ballpark. You can feel it when talking to our fans. It's a special time of year, and I mean, October baseball doesn't get much better.
I'm telling you, the bunting is my favorite thing, man. It says America, it says baseball, it says all that's right with the world.
Game.
It's big game. That is just America.
That's
opening day or all-star game or postseason. It's just that means a lot.
The best.
That's when you know.
I almost want to wear a suit and a fedora to the game when I see that up.
There you go. Michael, what's
I'd like to see that?
we'd like to see it too. Hey, I don't know if he owns a suit or a fedora, but he'd have to rent one. Michael, what's the deal with the tickets availability? Are there still standing room seats available for these playoff games 1 and 2?
Of games 1 and 2 that include standing room seats. So everything's completely sold. We do have some standing room seats for our third home game. That's, of course, if necessary, on the 11th of October. But that's just a function of fan response and excitement. Tickets went really sold through for the first 2 games.
We're talking to Michael Cosentino. He is the Vice President of Ticket Sales and Service for the Milwaukee Brewers. Saturday, game 1 against TBA, Chicago or San Diego. Michael, do you hear what we hear from fans, that nobody wants the Cubs fans to be allowed in? Obviously, there's nothing you guys can do about that, but will there be a dumping of tickets if the Cubs don't win today?
Yeah, did you see a lot of area codes with 312, 708? You see a lot of 603 zip codes when they were buying?
The zip codes. Well, what I can say is this. I mean, we sold through before we knew who our opponent was, and we do monitor like zip code.
Which is good. I'm having some trouble with Michael's connection here, Hunter. Hunter's going to try to step in 1 second and see if we can get Michael to not be dropping on us. It's, understandable. Sunspots, probably.
I would, if I had tickets, I would be more than happy to sell mine to a Cubs fan, but I would not be budging on my price of $2,500 each for the fourth deck.
They wouldn't sneeze at that though.
Well, then I just made $5,000.
That's true.
And I don't care.
One of the things about, I don't know if everybody has this attitude when it comes to regular season games. Some people are ticket snobs. Like, well, I don't want to sit in the terrace.
Oh, location snobs.
But when it comes to the playoffs,
just get in the
building, and the standing room areas at American Family Field are cool. Like we've walked around. Hell, we've been in the Aux press box, and sometimes you get up, stretch your legs, and there are cool areas to stand and watch a baseball game. Now, when it's packed, it's a little bit, your view can be a little compromised. It's not as good as having your own seat for sure, but there is something to be said for just being in the building at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We've reestablished connection with Michael Cosentino. Sorry about that, Mike.
Hey guys, no, sorry about that. That's I don't know if it's something about the broadcast or excitement or energy in and around the stadium here. Maybe that's why we got cut off.
We're blaming sunspots. So we were just talking about the standing room area tickets. You've been in a lot of arenas and stadia in your career, Michael. I happen to like the American Family Field has some great vistas if you have to buy a standing room ticket just to be in the building.
It truly does. I mean, there's lots of social positions, whether it's down the lines or in the outfield. Tons of spaces if you're standing or grabbing a beer and you want to watch a bit of the game. There's even behind home plate an open area as well, as our fans know. So yeah, lots of good locations for standing room if those are the tickets that you have.
We noticed that the Phillies came upon the idea of charging people for their foundation to come and watch the inter squad game, and I know Murph was surprised that the media was allowed to watch your team practice. I think he wanted to keep the doors closed and even keep us idiots out of there. But was that discussed at all? And Michael, I got to say, when people say that, like, just throw it open, sell some beers. I said, yeah, but you got to get vendors and ushers, and you guys doing that takes a lot of planning that I don't think people realize what goes into staging a big league event like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of staff and lots of logistics that we would have to go through. What I will say is, I mean, there are plans for viewing parties, including we've got one for Game 3 planned that's going to be at Davidson Park. That's going to be a really fun event. That's free of charge. As we progress in the playoffs, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say as we progress, we're going to look at other opportunities to have viewing parties as well. And so, yeah, we'll be exploring those opportunities and logistics, and we'll get ahead of it and make sure it's a great event for all of our fans, because everyone wants to be together as they cheer on our Brewers. So
that's very true.
Yes.
Yeah, we learned that with the Deer District a couple of years ago when the Bucks were on their run of the playoffs, how much people like watching games. You're right, together in the road games. All right, we'll get to that. What's the difference for you and your team, Michael, when it comes to selling playoff tickets? I know that Brewers did a thing that everybody does. They say, well, you buy season tickets for next year, you can get your playoff tickets. That's a great incentive to get people to, especially after the season you guys had, to strike while it's hot. But what's the advantage in clinching your playoff spot early in terms of you and your team logistically getting ready to sell tickets and sell out the playoff allotment?
Right. Well, I mean, the alternative is we would have played these wild card games that you see being played right now. And generally, a lot of those teams don't have a lot of lead up notice whether they're going to be playing in those games or not. In fact, we've played in those games the last couple seasons. So it's a little bit more nuanced to make sure that the full building. And of course, Brewers Nation steps up and shows out when we've got postseason games. But the turnaround is sometimes it can be like 48 hours. And so you're seeing that with some of the buildings like even there were some empty seats even in LA, but certainly in Cleveland. So it's just nuanced. Outside of that, I mean, you're right. Season tickets and season tickets start at just 20 games. So that gets you access to postseason and postseason tickets at a discount as well, and reserve seats as well. So it's a huge opportunity to present that as an option for our biggest and best fans to jump on board. There's a whole slew of other benefits to membership. And so, yeah, like we really appreciate the time to logistically plan out and get ahead of things. And yeah, I think at last check, we were like 4 times more season tickets sold than this time last season. And last season was very good. So we are seeing the fan base just react so positively, and just we're so thankful to have the best fans in baseball. So yeah, it's been exciting.
It's one of the Drew and KB sports commandments. Winning is good for business.
Yeah, you look like a genius, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Winning is always good for business. All right, Michael, on the way out, here's one for you. What was better in terms of sales and generating momentum for you and your team? Is it a double-digit winning streak? Is it an alumni home run derby? Or a matchup, a midweek matchup between two of the hottest young pitchers in the sport that everybody was talking about leading into it for a couple of days? What's the best thing for sales?
Tough. I mean, when you have all 3 happening like in a row within the span of like a month, it's really special. But I will say, when we had the 12-game winning streak and then like a 13-game winning streak, like that is as special as it gets, and you can feel the momentum. And I mean, that alumni home run derby and alumni weekend, like that was sold out all weekend, and we were at standing room capacity for those games as well. And of course, the Skeens-Mizorowski matchup. Our fans just love baseball. They love this team. And so if you give us any one of those things, I mean, they're going to show up and make sure that it's a full building for their Brewers. So, yeah, we've just got to capture that excitement and give the team the very best atmosphere with a full building. And I mean, we've got the best fans in sports, so we're pretty lucky.
I know it's never easy calling people and asking for money, but you and your team can be heartened by the fact that you got 10,000 people to show up to eat parking lot pancakes.
There you go.
So to throw in a ball game, you got to get a,
big win.
How hard is it to get 40,000 for that? Come on, Michael, we appreciate your time, man. Thank you for this. And it's been such a magical season. Everybody's been enjoying it. Let's hope we can enjoy it for another several weeks.
Yep. Let's enjoy it for some more weeks, and really appreciate it, guys. Go Brewers.
You bet. Thanks, Michael Costantino. He is the Vice President of Ticket Sales and Service for your Milwaukee Brewers. When we come back, beers on the table with a guy who carries the G, Aaron Nagler, cheeseheadtv.com. It's Drew and KB on the Game.
Now, your chance to win $1,000.
Give it to me.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. That's dollar. Enter it
right now.
Right now. 973thegame.com.
It's KB with a secret to getting a new wardrobe. It's called Milwaukee Weight Loss. With their program, I lost nearly 40 pounds in a few months without drugs, injections, or grueling workouts. Their doctor-developed program resets your metabolism naturally, and the weight just seems to disappear. You feel better and have more energy. So where does the new wardrobe come in? Well, it's your old wardrobe that you haven't been able to wear for years. You're going to look great in the clothes that used to make you look great, and that's a big win for you and your wallet. If you're tired of struggling with your weight, don't waste another day. Schedule your free consultation now. Just call 262-433-4008. That's 262-433-4008 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Make sure to drop KB on them and tell them you want to be a smart, good-looking, and thinner listener. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Your results may vary.
Mark your calendar, October 3rd through 5th. McMiller Sports Center kicks off our favorite season with the open house. The hunt is on. For just $45, enjoy unlimited sporting clays, rifle and pistol ranges, 3D archery trails, free firearm rentals, targets, concealed carry classes, suppressor demos, even lunch, dinner, and free beer. Save $5 when you download the McMiller app today. Don't miss The Hunt is On, October 3rd through 5th at McMiller Sports Center.
Save big money on your next project when you shop at Menards. Atlas Pinnacle Shingles super wide design saves on installation time. Plus, 3M Scotch Guard Protector prevents black streaks for the life of the roof. Get a free estimate fast with our new roofing design and buy program and save big money with Atlas Shingles. Visit us in-store or on Menards.com and shop our great selection of Atlas roofing products.
Save big money at Menards.
Nagging pain in your back, hip, shoulder, or anywhere in between? You've stretched, iced, rested, and it's still there. It's time for something that actually works. At Game Day Men's Health, they offer EPAT therapy, a non-invasive, FDA-approved treatment that uses pressure waves to trigger healing at the source. No pills, no needles, no downtime. Just targeted in-office therapy that breaks down scar tissue, boosts blood flow, and speeds up recovery. Drew Olson from 97 through the game. I tried EPAT for the first time for pain in my elbow, and honestly, it made a difference fast. No recovery time. I was back doing what I love. Well, I don't really love working out, but I was back doing it pain-free thanks to the EPAT therapy at Game Day Men's Health. EPAT has proven to treat pain in the neck, back, heel, elbow, hip, shoulder, ankle, you name it. No risk of infection, no side effects, and most guys see improvement in just a few sessions. Book your free consultation at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get up to 33% off your treatment if you sign up in the month of August. With 5 area locations for Game Day Men's Health, you can heal smarter, move better, and feel stronger.
The Larrabee and LePay podcast.
And then there was that speed race coming out of Platteville. the Walter Payton, who was kind of a race car driver himself, at least at one point in his career, he used to win that race down the interstate all the way back to Chicago. And the state police would kind of just monitor it. They wouldn't ticket it.
The Larrabee and LePay podcast is presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Your win is waiting. Listen to other episodes available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
The WNBA recently announced its all-rookie team, and it's the first time since 2014 that the top 4 draft picks in a W class made the cut. Dallas Wings guard and Rookie of the Year Paige Beckers, Dominique Malonga of the Seattle Storm, and Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen of the Washington Mystics. International signing Janelle Salon of the Golden State Valkyries rounded out the team. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
We're just old, Corey. We're just old, man.
Turn into the Muppets.
It's fine. We are.
It's fine.
What do you mean turn into? We are Statler and Waldorf. That is exactly who we are. You know this. Why do we always come here? We'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show. That's us.
I don't know how we can top that. Possibly. Corey Benke and Aaron Nagler on their watch party. It's true, KB. Beers on the table with our pal who carries the G. None other than Mr. Aaron Nagler. Hello, Nags.
I got to remember that when I put this stuff out there into the world that you guys are going to grab it. I always seemingly forget that aspect of this, but that was fun. Good times.
It was more fun than the game, probably, in some
Yeah,
way.
no question about that. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Given time to process what happened, I'm still, Nags, I'm still a man in deep conflict. Where is this Packers team? It's a quarter of the season in the books already.
Right.
And we've seen them play really great, and we've seen them play head-scratchingly poorly in different aspects. So where are you with this Green Bay Packers team right now?
Really talented team. Not even close to have come scratching the surface of what it's capable of. And, I'm sorry, but I'm buying what LaFleur was selling there at the press conference on Tuesday when he said, I don't expect us to be playing our best ball in September. Look, if they go on a run here back, after the bye week and put up a bunch of W's and they're in the kind of hunt, so to speak, there in December, no one's going to remember any of this. No one's going to care about any of this. It's going to be a frustrating memory. But, ultimately, in the grand scheme of the 2025 season, just get on the backside of this bye and start winning a bunch of games, and no one's going to care.
I've been using that Eagles start last year as a bit of an emotional balm.
Right? Why not? Why not? I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Like, obviously, you really wish that would have been a W on Sunday night instead of a tie. But, man, you can see there is a ton of talent on this team. And you're right. They have played poorly in certain moments and in certain aspects of the game, dependent on the opponent. But I do not doubt for a moment this is a team that is going to win a bunch of football games after this bye week.
Nags and all of our Packers go-to guys brought to us by Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. I can attest. Ask My Hip and Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest.
Okay, Nags. The annual bitch, I guess. Something is done to address it, yet it doesn't ever seem to get completely addressed.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams. Talk to me, Goose.
Yeah, look, what's kind of frustrating is that it did take another catastrophe for them to address it in a way that they probably should have prior to the game. But I'm talking strict personnel usage. The idea that they're rolling out going into a game where they were already down 3 offensive linemen, right? In Banks, Tom, and Belton. And Belton and Banks certainly have been part of kick protection. So you go into this game without the 3 of them. Elton Jenkins has not taken a snap in kick protection, yet you're rolling out guys like Luke Musgrave, who has not been a regular part of kick protect for the majority of the time that, Bisaccia has been there, etc. So then, he has a pretty big screw up there for the whole world to see. And then, lo and behold, after the block, they shuffled personnel around and they were fine for the rest of the game. Why it took another catastrophe for them to go, maybe we should get some of the bigger linemen out there and the guys who have done it on the regular, our frontline players. Why it took another catastrophe for that to happen, I don't know. But hopefully they've learned their lesson there. And I've got to imagine Bisaccia is going, can we just run starters out there, please? Because these backups are getting run over.
And you don't normally see, kicks blocked a lot against a team, yet we saw over 2 games, 2 out of 3.
Yes. It's not great. Not great. But this is my point.
Great.
Like, hopefully this is the lesson
Okay.
that's been learned coming off of yet another special team snafu that swung the entire game.
Okay, but we always said, and our mantra has been, we don't expect perfection, but just competence. And they've been so far from that. And Nags, like, what aspect of special teams, if any, are they excelling in? Like, Daniel Whalen and McManus both do their jobs, right? But in terms of allowing big returns, you hold your breath every time they score.
You do, but what's frustrating is that they did a very good job in that regard until they gave up the 45-yarder there at the end of the game. Like, that's what's so frustrating is, like, at the key moment when you desperately need them to come through, they rarely do.
And why can't they just, like, whether they had to go get a guy or draft a guy, why can't they find someone to return punts and kickoffs and just leave them be and not have to think about it?
Yeah, I'm torn here because I do think it is frustrating to watch Matthew Golden go through growing pains. He hasn't been a punt returner. He hasn't returned punts since high school, I think, before doing it here for the Packers. Although we did see him do it throughout training camp. He was one of the 3 guys who rotated back there. And I get it's frustrating. But at the same time, there isn't a rookie receiver you can name who came through the Packers organization who didn't start on punt returns. And I'm talking frontline guys, Antonio Freeman, Robert Brooks, going all the way up to Randall Cobb. Like, that's the lot in life as a rookie. You go back there and make your bones on returns. It's frustrating to see Golden make so many kind of questionable decisions, let's say, to the point where they run out Romeo Dobbs, who also hasn't returned punts in a decade or so. Like, it's what's supremely frustrating. And I joke about this on Cheesehead TV all the time, except, in every joke, there's an ounce of truth. If there's an obvious way of dealing with a situation or a problem or a challenge, if there's a blindingly obvious way, you can bet the Packers are going to go find a different way to approach it. I.e., you had McCole Hardman sitting there on your practice squad. You're having some issues and some problems on returns. Just elevate him, put him back there, and go do it. The old vet who's done it a million times in the NFL. I get he didn't light the world on fire in training camp, but at least he's got pelts on the wall. Instead, we've got Savion Williams letting things bounce in front of him on kickoffs. We got Matthew Golden letting things bounce and or trying to hit the spin move in front of a dude so he can get blasted into oblivion. There was a very obvious answer, and the Packers didn't want anything to do with it. And
wasn't that
released Hardman?
I mean, didn't you get kind of you had to get a chuckle though out of seeing Matthew Golden get rocked, because in a way you had to go, hey, nice move, Rook.
It was funny because he hit the triangle button on the old PlayStation.
Right. Obviously, you didn't want him to get hurt, but nice job, Rook. Welcome to the NFL.
Wasn't that kind of indicative of his entire game on Sunday night? Like, he was just all over the map. For every big play, there was also a head-scratching moment, like when he takes that screen in the flat and then proceeds to run into his own backfield and loses. Like, the only reason that play got salvaged is because they kicked him in the head at the end. But, like, otherwise, he loses, like, 5-6 yards on that play. What are you doing, Rook? North-south, son. North-south. But he was just it felt like he was so geared up to make a play, right? Like, got to show coach something. I got to do something. To the point where he seemingly intercepted a ball that was intended for Dontavian Wicks there on the opening drive. The kid's happy. He's excited. Like, I love the enthusiasm. But, my guy, we got to breathe a little bit. Just got to breathe just a little bit.
Let's dial it back. All right, Nags, in the wake of the Cleveland game, I asked you if Jim Schwartz kind of took LaFleur's lunch money, and you kind of agreed that he did.
Yep.
What do we say about Brian Schottenheimer against Jeff Hafley? Because other than Devontae Wyatt going out, the Packers had everybody out there, and they didn't look like they did in the first 3 games. So it makes me wonder, what did the Cowboys see and exploit that the Packers can clean up as they move forward?
I think, though, you're dismissing the Wyatt loss a little bit there.
I know.
That is significant.
We saw it last
right?
year. We lived it last year. They had a drop off when he was out last year.
Now, that said, you're absolutely right that they had a phenomenal game plan. And it really didn't look like, for whatever reason, and I don't know, we haven't heard from Hafley yet, but it didn't look like he really had any interest in changing his approach, which I somewhat understand because you're trying to limit explosives and they're seemingly content with paper cutting you to death. And what really killed the Packers, because again, they weren't really looking to change their approach much. They're going to play how they've played, etc. And that has been effective up till this point. But what really killed them were all the missed tackles, all the times they were in position to get a guy on the ground. And if you are, and Dak was getting the ball out of his hands so quickly, well, okay, you make the tackle, now it's 2nd and 8, right? Or 2nd and 7. Instead, you're missing tackles, and now it's 2nd and 3. And that's where they wanted to live, and that's where they did live for the majority of that game. It's not like they completely fell off the map as far as like what they want to do defensively. But Schottenheimer and Dak played out of his mind. You got to tip your cap there.
Yeah, without a doubt.
What they both did, Schottenheimer and Prescott both did, is they stayed patient. They were so patient. They didn't get away from their game plan of, we're going to make sure the ball he has an ability to get the ball out of his hands in less than 3 seconds, because I'm sure you saw the cut-ups of Micah Parsons winning inside or winning around the edge, and he's a step away from blasting Dak into oblivion, but Dak's got the ball out of his hands. So that at some point, you do have to tip your cap. Now, the frustration on my end is, well, okay, it's so obvious what their approach is. It's so obvious by, like, say, the middle of the second quarter, what they want to do on offense. How are you not at least trying to break up some of these passes? You got flat-footed and attacking the ball. The whole point of this defense is supposed to be vision-based, right? On the back end. You know these guys are going to win up front early, quickly. So why are we forget playing off. Why are we not attacking the football? If you can miss it and you get burned, fine. Like, okay, you got a safety back there. You're going to be okay. But the way we kept kind of just on their back heels, just allowing stuff to happen in front of them without really challenging any of the throws, that to me was beyond frustrating. And I don't understand why an adjustment wasn't made in that regard, where you tell the defensive backs, look, that ball's coming out. It's coming out quick. Just make a play on the ball.
Aaron, one of the tenets of our show, I find, and I don't have this in terms of, and I haven't nailed this down scientifically yet.
Sure.
But it's a theory that players going into contract years have their healthiest and most productive years for the most part. Right?
Tends to happen. Yep.
Okay, so what am I seeing out of Rashid and Sean Ryan that they're not playing as well as they have, and yet there's everything at stake for these gentlemen? They are testing the tenet of my basic tenet here, my core principle.
I tell you what, Walker's getting paid regardless, just because of what the tackle market is, and he has put enough on tape where he'll get a deal, right? But yeah, he's been inconsistent, and I think that is being somewhat kind. You certainly have seen him play better over his time in Green Bay. I don't think that I'm concerned there, although I do wonder if there's maybe coming out of the bye another shuffle of the offensive line, and or if Banks is back, does Morgan start kind of getting in some left tackle reps? You know, we've seen them do this before, right? Where they've rotated guys. Maybe if Rashid doesn't start playing better, maybe they start going that route. But the Sean Ryan thing it's problematic because he is, I think, quite clearly the weak link. And that's, obviously a low bar because it hasn't been a bunch of world beaters out there for the Packers on the offensive line. But man, who knows? Maybe they do something where they shuffle that line yet again, and maybe they put Banks over at right guard and they have Morgan in at left guard full time to get Sean Ryan off the field. And I don't take any pleasure in saying that, but you can't keep living with that. He has not been good. He has not been. I mean, that's the other problem. No one's really been great across the front, although I do think the group as a whole really kind of improved as that game went on Sunday night, especially when it came to running the ball. But yeah, Sean Ryan's had a rough kind of start to this
Would
season.
you consider the radical approach of moving Elton Jenkins back to the guard and letting Sean Ryan?
But then what do you do? Who's playing center? Sean Ryan?
That's
who's having a bad year? I don't know. I don't know if that feels like a solve there. I mean, I'm sure everything's under kind of consideration, right? I'm sure that's what they do during the bye week. They look at the first group of tape, all the games together, and talk about, well, okay, what's our approach here? Where are our weak links? How can we improve? I would be surprised if they moved Elton off center, who also I don't think has started gangbusters here in 2025, right? But I think I'd be surprised if they moved Elton. I would be more kind of amiable, or I would think they probably move the guard spots around just to get Sean Ryan off the field.
And that gets to another thing that we always say is, like, you're playing today's game, but you're also looking at the chessboard and the blueprint for next year and the year after. And Belton and Morgan are going to start next year, don't you think? That's safe to say that they almost have to.
2 premium picks. That's why the people keep talking about, or at least this summer they did. I don't. the talk has quieted down about a possible Rasheed Walker extension. But yeah, you can't pay everybody. You just paid Zach Tom. You got to think you drafted Jordan Morgan to be a tackle, maybe their left tackle. It's going to be a hell of a battle in training camp next year. I'll tell you that, because Belton has played 0 guard and they apparently see him strictly as a tackle. So those 2 guys are going to probably duke it out. That's what I would think.
That's what's going to happen. Talk to Aaron Nagler, cheeseheadtv.com.
So Nags, okay, let's say you're the coach. Okay, we're going to give you the whistle. And you've got a bye week, came out of the Dallas Cowboy game. What do you work on first?
Special teams probably, but that's just me. Everything as far as what your rules are, protection-wise, what your rules are as returners, not letting the ball bounce, and if it does, you take it out, etc., all that stuff. But, man, a big part of what I'm looking at through the first 4 weeks is on the defensive side of the ball, where are we kind of, I don't want to say slipshod. I want to say like maybe a little less than polished, but you come into a season and there's a lot of unknowns as far as how things are going to fit together. And you clearly had a lot of success on that side through those first 3 games. You don't want to overreact to Dallas. I do think it's a bit of a perfect storm in that game where, like I said, Sean Eimer has a great game plan and Dak plays out of his mind. You're not going to see that every week, right? I think the thing you want to make sure you want to guard against is overreaction. I don't doubt for a moment that there's going to be some discussions about, what are we doing between Hobbs and Valentine, neither of whom really covered themselves in glory in that game. But the reminder there is, well, Hobbs did miss almost all of camp with a knee injury, and he missed that first game with that same knee injury. So he's clearly not, rounded into shape yet. So here's hoping that he comes back ready to hit the ground running, because they're going to need him and they're going to need his versatility. But again, I think lean into and make sure you're utilizing the stuff that's been effective and worked for you through the majority of the first part of the season, and not kind of overreact and junk it and say, we got to do something different just for the sake of doing something different because you had a bad game.
All right, next couple of things here on the notebook before we part ways here.
Yes,
First
sir.
of all, don't underestimate how well Jordan Love played on Sunday night. I think a lot of people do because of the way things shook out.
Yep.
And the near Eberflusian disaster that happened at the end of
I'm telling you, man, like that was so bizarre. And I heard Matt talking about how it was like a car crash in front of his face. I'll bet it was, man. Like people get fired for that. Like if that thing had hit 0 at that,
oh my,
it would have been DEFCON 5 around 1265 Lombardi. That would have been an ugly 2 weeks.
Doubt. But McManus hit the kicks, which we take for granted.
Yes.
Like, he's pretty
No
money.
doubt. Yep.
So we got to be thinking about that
Truly.
as well. But then just the end of half, like we've had a couple of things here with, is it Matt LaFleur that shakes your confidence in the 2-minute? He's so good at so many things. The script is so good, but clock management is not a strength. Challenges weren't a strength, but he's gotten better this year. He's on a roll.
This thing I keep reminding everybody at Cheesehead TV when we talk about this or this question comes up, it's like, man, does anyone remember what an absolute train wreck Andy Reid was when it came to managing the clock while he was in Philadelphia, before he became Andy Reid, Super Bowl winning coach, multiple time, blah, 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 guru, one of the greatest ever, blah, blah, blah. Man, he still has that peak up every once in a while. There's still a couple moments where Andy botches it. So, yeah, is it a bit of a weak spot? No question about it. Where I think, and I said this the other day, I think he's just his own worst enemy at times. Like you saw at the end of that overtime period, he's clearly petrified about the other team's kicker. We're worried about a kicker, really? Go win the game, man, and stop messing around with the clock. He does this, and other NFL coaches do this all the time where, especially at end of halves, like, I'm going to use up all the time so they don't get the ball back. But you're so focused on that you're not trying to go score or try to put the ball in the end zone.
Yes.
Like, it's just too cute by half for me.
All right, when he punted and you pin him back at the 5, look at the way our defense is playing, and then they go on a 95-yard drive, and it's like, well, that was a dumb decision.
But the first time they didn't. That's the other thing.
True.
So that first punt, which I hated, but I understood it because you've got 3 games worth of evidence to tell you've got a good defense, right? And they promptly stopped them, and you got the ball back. So it's like, okay, already you're getting positive feedback from that decision. And then when he did it again, and then they did march 90 plus yards, that's when, oh no, there might be something there. And then they compound the issue by trying to push the ball downfield at the end of the first half, and the whole thing swings on that strip sack fumble.
Right.
Do you do you think that Matt LaFleur takes his foot off the gas sometimes when he gets up and he doesn't step on the throat?
Yeah, he certainly seems to go that route. But man, I make this comparison all the time. So did Mike Holmgren. Holmgren was the exact same way, and he won a Super Bowl, obviously, and went to another one. One of the more conservative coaches I've ever watched. And you get a multi-score lead in the second half, you run the ball, kick a field goal, get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? That's Mike did that all the time, and watching Matt do it, that's what I'm reminded of. It does frustrate me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because I think it's just human nature or fan nature that, okay, go rub their face in it, like go put that dagger in their back. But, you're playing the percentages. You're trying to take the air out of the game, shorten the game, except because you've got a multi-score lead, blah, blah, blah. I get the approach and I understand it. But yeah, aesthetically, as a fan, I wanted to make the other team eat some dirt,
Well, you mentioned Holmgren. Well, he did that in the way that the game was played 30 years ago. As the game
that's
changed,
my point. Right.
Yeah, so the game is you can't afford to get away with something that worked 30 years ago.
But there are elements of the game that are timeless,
sure.
You possess the ball with a multi-score lead in the second half, you're probably going to win.
That's been their problem, is icing games. Usually you ice games with the pass rush on defense and the running game on offense.
Because you are up multiple scores.
That's how you ice games.
Pass rush can pin its ears back. Exactly.
But we put on our 2020 hindsight goggles and we say, well, LaFleur should be more aggressive, and then he's more aggressive at the end of the half, and it's a disaster. What's he doing? And then he says he's too conservative at the end of games, and if they turn it over there, you're like, what's he doing?
I made that point during the game on Twitter, and I got destroyed. I got attacked by everybody. Well, there's being aggressive, and then there's being idiotic. It's like, no, both are aggressive. You can't be upset because he was aggressive when you were begging him to be aggressive, and then something happened that you didn't want to have happen. That's the point. Why he isn't aggressive most of the time is because there's a lot of stuff that can happen. And it did.
Fine line
that
between stupid and clever.
Yes,
as they said in
Spinal Tap.
No, Nags, great run today, as always. We appreciate talking ball with you, and it's going to be a weird weekend. Thankfully, we have the Brewers to focus on, although they don't play Sunday either. They're off Sunday too.
Well, I'll be happy to have a weekend where I don't have to, have any kind of anxiety about the Packers and just watch the NFL and root for the NFC North teams to lose.
You can have anxiety about the Brewers.
That's true.
Yeah, that's Saturday night. I'm talking about on Sunday. I'll be fine.
Well, and Nags, text me your favorite New Orleans spots, because I'm going to be spending the weekend in New Orleans just to eat my.
Are you really this weekend?
Yes, indeed.
Get out of town. I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Make sure you go to the dungeon. Billy never met me when we were down there for the Super Bowl. Go to the dungeon.
I've that's a spot for me. Absolutely. That's a spot. Been a spot for years. Many winter meetings were held there.
Exactly. Oh, and you got to go to the Carousel Bar. Yeah, Hotel Montleone. Hit it up.
That's a given as well. Nags, thanks for joining us, bud. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, brothers. Talk to you soon. Go Pack
Thanks,
Go.
Nags.
Go Pack Go. Yes. Nags is brought to us by Miller Lite, the legendary light beer, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference in Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. Off and running. Beers on the table, Drew and KB. Now we're getting ready for the normal Drew and KB. That starts at 3 o'clock. Cecilia Gore from the Brewers is going to join us after 3:30. Playing Figure It Out at 4. Wags at 4:30. And a big announcement coming up at 5 in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge regarding the Milwaukee Admirals and the Drew and KB program. Tag team in an event. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait. Where else would you rather be on this beautiful Thursday in the Good Land? It's Drew and KB statewide on the game.
It's Brian Butch for Window Nation. October is here, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, that's a big deal. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
Drew and KB here with our buddies, Rob and Chris from happyplacehemp.com. Gentlemen, congratulations on your new product, the Drift Seltzer. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. We've had it for a couple of weeks and it's been in development for probably 3 months.
All the seltzers on the market that I tried were super packed full of sugar, and I wanted to make something that was sugar-free, alcohol-free, but that still makes you feel good. It's like a nice alcohol alternative and no calories.
0 calories. I am a big fan of that. Where can you find it? Is it at any retail locations? Do we come to your store?
Yeah, right now we've got it at the store in Muskego, and it's also at Ray's Liquor. We're going to be expanding that probably throughout the city and the state very soon.
You can buy it online too, happyplacehemp.com. We'll ship it right to your door. If you buy 3 or more 4-packs, we'll ship it for free.
With the code Drew and KB to get 25% off.
Yeah,
That's right.
Awesome. Now get 25% off your entire order with the code Drew and KB in store and online at happyplacehemp.com.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's 4 walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
AdventKnows.com.
Most insurance accepted.
Broadcasting live from the top of the ratings.
How's the air up there?
This is WRNW Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game. #1 for sports and stuff.
Bryant and Trent College's Wauwatosa campus now offers 20 intercollegiate athletic programs. Competing at the NJCAA Division II level gives Bryant and Trent College the opportunity to offer scholarships to student athletes. Learn more about Bryant and Trent College and Bobcats athletics at bscbobcats.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
Let me tell you about this new Pretzel Cheddar Club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. It takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with cherry berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Yeah.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College Athletics, it's time to rock the rivers and shake the lakes with two guys fueled only by cheeseburgers, bourbon, and ice-cold beer at a reasonable price, of course. It's Drew and KB.
We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes.
Dorks. They look like a couple of dorks.
The reality is that anybody that knows Drew knows that he's been class personified.
I be trying my hardest to like people, and then they start to like breathe and talk and stuff.
KB brings just great instincts. That's what you love about him.
I'm mad. I have to go to work. I have to earn a living. I'd rather have a private income and get laid.
Do not end up in a hospital, newspaper, or jail. If you do end up in jail, establish permanent quickly.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Name something Abraham Lincoln probably used to ride on.
Miss Lincoln, like I'm on the bed bush.
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
I don't know what time it is, but I'm rolling deep.
How's the corn?
You know I'm gonna have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle. Light the candle.
Rolling through a Thursday in the Good Land. It's Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio, built by Reamer Remodel. My name is Drew Olson, joined by KB.
What is going on, brother man?
Well, there's a base layer bundle sale at ironjoc.com. We can tell people about that. T-shirt, long sleeve or short, your choice. Boxers and socks, great for yard work, hiking, hunters. Your smell won't give up your location. That is fantastic. Short sleeve bundle is $45. Long sleeve is $50. Now through Sunday only, ironjoc.com. Hunter Baumgart is here monitoring the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line for us, 877-794-1973. Get you in. And the Detroit Tigers have taken a 1-0 lead over Cleveland in the first of 3 win-or-go-home baseball playoff games today.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. Now, someone on the text line says, how can you – I'm not rooting for Detroit. I'd like to see Detroit. Someone goes, how do you root for Detroit? Because Javi Baez is on that team. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can still throw at him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I don't hate the team because I hate him. I don't hate the team because of him. But I don't know. I just
you're not sick of the Tigers.
You know what? That's it. They've been so bad so long. It's going to be good to see somebody else.
They've got some good players. Scoop,
right? But
Cy Young.
They do. They've got a good team, and they've just been pretty bad for a long, long time. It'll be good to see somebody else. Somebody else step up and be in the mix. So, that's kind of why I like it. But
the American League is just like whoever, right? But there is a little bit more of pick your poison going on with. Do you want to face the Cubs or you want to face the Padres? And then would you rather face the Phillies or the Dodgers? 2 teams the Brewers fared better against than ironically than with the Cubs.
One doesn't have anything to do with the other, though. I mean, that was a different time and place. It's a whole new season, right? And I am still, and I've talked to somebody yesterday who heard the show, and they agreed with me. I know that you and I disagree. But I am of the belief that the majority of the reason that people do not want to face the Cubs has nothing to do with the players they put on the field. And it has everything to do with not wanting to deal with the fans because they're so obnoxious.
Armin had replied to someone's tweet. Someone said, "I'm already nervous for Saturday. I hate the playoffs." And Armin yesterday caped up. Our own Armin, and station mascot. He said, "This is what baseball's done to Brewers fans. We actively fear this time of year. I wish it could be different." And then our pal Matt LePay replied to that. Matt LePay, who joined us yesterday for Beers on the Table. He said, "Y'all have two choices. One, embrace the fear and agony of the postseason. Two, stop watching sports."
Well, there you go.
I choose option one. Give me every moment of hanging on every freaking pitch of every freaking game as a fan. It's what you live for. Again, boil down to champions fear no one.
No, you play who they put in front of you, and if you end up with the World Series trophy at the end, you beat everyone you were supposed to. You know, right now, well, not right now, but as of like September 30th, 28th, whatever, the Brewers were the best team in baseball, period. I mean, factual. None of that matters now.
No. Yeah, it absolutely doesn't.
Turn the page. It doesn't matter.
All you have to do is remember back to last year, like of the available matchups, people wanted the Brewers to face the Mets.
Yeah, I mean,
it didn't work out.
No, and here's the thing is that being the champion of the regular season has got about the same as winning that mid-season NBA tournament. You know,
the NBA Cup.
That's like the NBA Cup.
The Milwaukee Bucks, who have they're the defending.
Yeah, but you don't get a banner for winning the season series against the Dodgers.
No, or
you get one for the NBA Cup.
You get pride.
Yeah, you get a banner, but you don't get a parade or anything like that, and it's basically a non-issue. If the Cub fans are such an issue, why don't the Brewers do what New York did to Boston and not sell the tickets to the Cubs fans? I don't know how New York did it.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Once you get,
I know that the Brewers have done put single season tickets on sale, or when they put the season on sale, that you have to, like the first day or 2 days, they did it for a while, that you have to go. You would have to go either down to the park and get them, or they did have it blocked off based on zip code. I know they did that a few years back. I don't think it's standard operating procedure. I mean,
and there's nothing you can do. It's called the secondary market. You can buy the tickets and sell them, and you can sell them, and you can be a Brewers fan. I only want Brewers fans to buy them, but you can't control it if you put them up and sell them on the secondary market. You can't control who buys them.
No, not if you
sell them to a friend or give them to somebody you know will root. But
I mean, if I was going to do it, I would have the tickets. If I was going to sell them on a secondary market, which I said, hey, if I were to have playoff tickets, I would sell upper tanks for $2,500 a piece. If I could, screw over a Cubs fan, hell yeah. But when it comes to, if I did put them up on a secondary market, I would be doing, I would do it through, I don't know, like Reddit or something like that. I wouldn't be giving it to StubHub or Ticketmaster to resell. That's where you can't control it. But, it changes. It's changed with everything being digital too. I wouldn't necessarily trust anything coming off the secondary market that is not Ticketmaster, or StubHub, or SeatGeek, or whatever those are,
Scott and Aaron, I'm with KB. Go Padres. I don't want to see those miserable Cubs fans invade AmFam.
That's what it is. I mean, that is, I just don't want to deal with them. It's like, I got a new girlfriend. She's, and really like her to come over. Oh, she's bringing her kids. Yeah, we're done.
877-794.
You know what? I'm going to, Hunter.
And again, but
yes,
you got to admit, sometimes I amuse myself. I think I've got some of the best analogies in the world. Hey, there's a bear eating our food. Shoot the warden. But
877-794-1973. Yeah, shoot the game warden. That's a good idea. But again, we wear as a badge of honor every time Packers fans take over a stadium. They did it for all those years in Tampa, to the point where Tampa tried to squash, to throttle back the invasion of Miller Lite swilling cheeseheads. They couldn't do it back in those days.
But
if do you remember where that?
But when they did that, Trent Dilfer went off. He went absolutely off on.
I'm thinking before that, even
but when it was
the old sombrero.
Yeah, no, but Trent Dilfer, when that was going on. He went off on the Bucks fans for allowing the Packers, and we just never do that. It's fine. Yeah. I mean, I do it, but hey, I get it. I totally get it that I totally get it that if you could sell tickets and make all your money back to buy a whole season, I get it. I know the motivation there, because for the average fan, it's, a whole season ticket package is, if you're not a corporate person, it's a big investment.
Sure.
So any way you can lessen it.
They sell 20 packs. You can divide them up with friends. Go to 4 games a year. A lot of people do that. Have a consortium. We talked about doing that. It was one of our ideas that we never executed. Doing that here with the station. And for some reason or another, we just didn't happen. Like Hunter's at every game for work. He has no interest in buying tickets in a consortium, right, Hunter?
Right. Correct. Yeah.
I figured as much. Like, your girlfriend doesn't go to a lot of games, does she?
She goes to a few, but not like all the time.
But not like dedicated and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. We could figure that out. Muller on the talk and text line, bring on the Cubs, rivalry in the playoffs, sign me up. Well, yeah, this Detroit-Cleveland thing got spicy at the end of the year, and they're playing a winner-go-home game. Yankees-Red Sox, always like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it's not being shoved down your gullet on a Sunday night.
Right.
But Yankees-Red Sox, always good theater. It'd be fun tonight.
The Tigers had the worst record in baseball in September, and the Guardians had the best record in baseball in September. The Tigers win today. Another example of what we were saying earlier. Doesn't matter. It's a brand new season in October. New SZN.
Yeah.
Season, as the kids
say. Absolutely. It's, it's a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, in the course of a postseason, the baseball postseason, if you go all the way, is so long that you have time to be hot, cold, and then hot again.
Yeah.
You can go series by series. And it's so small that in the blink of an eye, you might go 0 for a series, especially this first round. If there's 3 games for the Brewers, if there's 3 games, you might, a key guy might go 0 for, just the way they might during a regular season series. But everything we've talked about before, everything is magnified. And I, for one, am here for it. And I hope all these games today are tight and nip and tuck down to the end. And especially the Padres and Cubs. We've said before, we
extras.
Let's
go extras.
Want them to go 15 innings, and then we'll see who comes up here for the workout.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to have plastic over the lockers. The Dodgers did it last night. And to your point, Hunter, the Reds were feeling good about themselves. They got in, but they really played, I think over the last 6 weeks, they played about 500. I think they just outlasted the Mets, right? The Mets were just so bad that they opened the door and let the Reds go in. The Reds did, I guess they won 2 out of 3 against the Brewers, keep the pressure on, right? But then I don't want to say they backed in, but look up, Hunter, if you could, look up what the Reds record was like in September. Because I don't think they were 25-8 to finish up. Like August and September, they were just kind of,
14-11.
Yeah, that's not exactly blowing the doors off. 14-11.
They were around 500 it was like 14-13, 13-15, 15-11, 13-12, 12-15, 14-11. Like they were never way high or way low, and that ends up to an 83-79 record, and then getting rocked at Chavez Ravine.
And again, they are again proof of another point we have is like when you're a good team at your worst, be 500, and they finished a couple games over 500 and got in the playoffs. You're in the mix. I always say if you're 500 on September 1 these days in the new format, you're doing okay. You're in the mix. You got a chance. Mm-hmm. All right, 877-794-1973. Brad is calling us from North Prairie today. Brad, welcome to Drew and KB.
Hey, thanks for having my call, guys. I'm just wondering why you wouldn't want the Cubs because of the travel. Why wouldn't you want the Cubs? Just because you don't have to deal with the 2-hour time change and all of the good stuff that goes with going back and forth with the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean,
the Cubs would be a lot easier. I'm not afraid of the Cubs. The only point I was making is the people that don't want the Cubs, I would argue that the reason they're so vehemently opposed to them has nothing to do with the team and everything to do with the fans. That was my point. And that's why I don't like going to games, because I find them insufferable.
Because you find the Cubs
The fans.
more intrusive. That you find the fans more intrusive at American Family Field than the Brewers fans more intrusive into Wrigley.
I don't have to compare. My field is American Family Field. I don't care what people do to the Wrigley fans.
I know, but do Cubs fans become more intrusive in American Family than Brewers fans?
KB thinks they're bad walking down Michigan Avenue.
It doesn't matter where. It doesn't matter. It's not a comparative thing. I don't like them here. That's what I'm saying.
I don't like them. I don't like them here either. That's the whole thing.
Now, I will say this: I have friends who are.
Don't talk at the same time. KB, what do you got to say?
I have friends who are Cubs fans. Mr. Grimm, big Cubs fan. I don't hate him, but I have more respect for the Cubs fans that Lee Elia lit up than I do for the, Schwarber jersey wearing drunks out in the bleachers. Those are the obnoxious ones. And that's the thing. It's like, you just look at him and go, shut up. Just shut up. Just go away. Just go back, buy your $11 Big Mac at the Lake Forest Oasis and move on.
$11 Big Mac.
Yeah. I have tons of family that are Cubs fans. They grew up far away, and they're Cubs fans. But we're trying to convince them the Brewers are better, and the last 10 years have been awesome.
And the Brewers are really good. But when you try and convince them of that, they just get so belligerent, and they call you stupid, and you're, and it's like, whatever, just go away.
Thanks for the call, Brad.
Malort head.
877-794-1973 gets you in to the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. We're clearinghouse for all opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, but our tenant is champions fear no one. Now, it is different that a Brewers Cup series, it's the biggest infestation. But, man, I saw a lot of Phillies fans when the Phillies played here. I saw a lot of Mets fans when the Mets played here. And when you're the last 200 people behind the dugout celebrating a victory, it can seem loud. And it can seem awesome, and players appreciate it. But Brewers fans will travel to Chicago too.
Mm-hmm. But I don't care how they act down there. That's not my problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But isn't that like an advantage? Wouldn't that make people want to? If you're a diehard with the kind of money to afford playoff tickets, wouldn't you think about going down and trying to go to Wrigley? And especially if the Brewers have a chance to eliminate them at Wrigley Field, that would be. Let's say the Brewers are up. Let's say the Brewers win the first two in Game 3s at Wrigley. There'll be plenty of tickets available for Wisconsin people to scoop up and see history and watch another celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Just like in 2018, wasn't it, when the Game 163?
Yeah.
Boom. One of Hunter's greatest sports memories. Game 163. Was it not, Hunter?
I think the only time I missed class in college when I wasn't sick.
You skipped school?
Yes.
To watch
I sent an email to him and said,
to watch
hey,
163.
Here's what's going on. I got to work. I was running the commercials in lacrosse for our station and for the game because
you had to work the board that day.
Yep, exactly. And I said, I'm really sorry, but I just have to work this game.
Was that where the dance party originated, Hunter? Because you were dancing in the studio while you were pushing the buttons when Keon Broxton caught the last out?
No kidding. It should have been.
Jim and Oshkosh says he wants the Cubs because of the Padres bullpen, which is pretty solid.
As long as you don't have to face Mason Miller. That guy is as good as it gets right now.
Mm-hmm.
He threw one pitch like 104 last night, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, good God.
Look out. He struck out, I believe, the first 7 he faced in the wild card series.
He didn't just strike him out. He blew them off the map.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
He's impressive, man. He's the best guy out there. The Guardians have tied their game against Detroit. Progressive Field is rocking right now as they've tied it against Jack Flaherty. It's 1-1, bottom of the 4th. Keep the drama going. I want all these games to go. I'm just glad we got 3 Game 3s.
Yeah.
Usually you don't see that.
No.
And it's fantastic. So it's baseball playoffs are off to a great start, though the Brewers aren't in it yet. And as we mentioned, once you get to Game 1, whatever happens, you forget what happened in the regular season, right? Because Cincinnati. Hey, we've been playing great. We were rocking and rolling. They had a champagne celebration in Milwaukee on Sunday, and they got smoked in 2 games by the Dodgers. Good night, good luck. See ya. But you'd rather make it than not make it, and they enjoyed themselves. But what happened the week before didn't have much bearing when you're facing a new team, clean slate in the playoffs. That's how this is. That's why, Yankees Red Sox has its own buildup and stuff. But in that game, aren't there 2 rookie pitchers starting tonight in that game? Yankees Red Sox.
Oh, is there?
I didn't see the problems. We have a matchup of 2 rookie pitchers, if I'm not mistaken. Giddy up. Saw a kid make his major league debut in game 2 yesterday for Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, it's just a funky time of the year, man. Just
how about
enjoy it.
Devin Williams pitching in the 8th inning of a tie game last night for the Yankees?
That was unique.
And he got through it.
That was unique. And if the Yankees don't win, I gotta believe there's
Aaron Boone's gone.
There's going to be a shakeup. Cashman might even be in trouble.
Really?
All these years,
God, he's been there forever.
He was forever. He was winning titles in 2000. So yeah, it's a funky time of year. But yeah, to the point again, the Cubs, Padres have a good bullpen. Cubs are close. Both of those teams won season series against Brewers, but not afraid of either one. Bring it on.
No, I
bring it on. We say
no. You play who's in front of her. And I don't know how much clearer I can make it that I'm not afraid of either team. It's not like, oh my God, we'll never get past the Cubs. It's like, no, oh my God, their fans are dicks. That's all it is.
All right. So Phil said maybe Brewers fans would find the Cubs fans more tolerable if Cubs fans wouldn't show up at AmFam wearing their Cubs gear when the Cubs aren't even playing that night. I see it all the time. LOL. Well, what's our rule on that, KB? Of wearing a jersey to a team like that's not participating in a game. I'm going to go watch Phillies Brewers. I'm going to wear my
I'm not
my A's jersey.
I'm not. Yeah, I think you got to wear a team. I'm not into the only time you could wear another jersey, I would say, is if you have the jersey of the old team jersey of a player you have now. So a Reese Hoskins Phillies jersey.
Okay,
I will give you that. But just so you go and you've got a Ryne Sandberg Cubs jersey at a Brewers game, that just is idiotic. It's like, I'm going to dress for the sport as a whole. It's like, no, man, don't. I don't.
A football jersey to a baseball game or a hockey jersey.
Yeah, you can if it's comfortable. It's just not. No, I don't jersey up. I don't jersey up to go to games, right? And it's one of those things that I learned from you. When I started going to games to have to cover them, is that you can't be a fan. So it's just out of force of habit that if I do go to a game and I'm not, in a quote unquote media capacity, I might wear the colors, but I don't wear a logo.
Oh, there you go. You're sneaky that way.
So when Sue and I when it was Suapalooza, and we went to that game a couple of weeks ago, Sue was decked out in all her gear.
Yeah.
I had a gold Iron Jock shirt on and a blue quarters.
So you were representing the colors.
Subtle, but not obnoxious. Right?
Drew and KB, subtle, but not obnoxious.
I don't think it's
tasting notes on the Drew and KB.
It's the only, that's the only time I think I've ever been subtle in my life.
That you might not be wrong there. All right, 877-794-1973. When we come back, we're going to talk to Cecilia Gore from the Brewers Community Foundation and find out what's going on in her take on the playoffs and what special things are going on. I want to know how big the 50-50 raffle is, if it's always bigger for playoff games. Games have been sold out for like the last couple of weeks. So some people have been winning some cash in that 50-50, but I don't know. I think people might be a little bit even more excited to play it during the postseason. But we will talk to Cecilia Gore as we move forward. One more reminder for folks, because we're off tomorrow. GameDayMen'sHealth.com, the website to learn about the clinics. If you've been feeling run down, tired, don't feel like yourself, it might not be your fault. It might be a medical thing. Check out GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Sign up. Well, pick a clinic near you first and then sign up for the free, no obligation T-test. You can go in, you can be in and out in about 45 minutes and find out whether their treatment can help improve your life, improve your mood, your energy level, your focus, your recovery after workouts. So many ways they can help. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com. That's GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Cecilia Gore is coming up at 4 o'clock. We're playing Figure It Out, presented by Great Midwest Bank. Paul Wagner at 4:30 today. And a big announcement from us and the Milwaukee Admirals.
Huge.
Coming up after 5 o'clock today in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. It's Drew and KB on the game.
Smiled so I got up and asked for his name.
Saturday, the Badgers travel to Michigan for a battle in the Big House. Badgers Game Day is live at 7 a.m. Kickoff at 11 on Milwaukee's home for the Badgers.
That is nifty work.
97.3 The Game.
You're not just tired, you're drained. Dragging yourself out of bed, powering through work with caffeine, skipping workouts, zoning out at home. That 6 to 10 o'clock evening window, it used to be your time. Now you're barely holding on. Lower energy, poor sleep, no drive. If that sounds like you, it might be low testosterone, and you're not alone. It's Drew Olson from 97.3 The Game, and I was in that exact spot with less gas in the tank. I got tested at Game Day Men's Health, and it changed everything. I've been amazed the level of service I've received at Game Day and how quick the treatments are. It's part of my routine now. You can make it part of yours. They are looking to help you at Game Day Men's Health. It's fast, it's simple, and it's built for guys on the go. Like no waiting rooms, no awkward questions, just a free T-level test and real solutions that work. You've got a life to live. Don't waste it on the couch. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your free testosterone test today. Game Day Men's Health. Get into one of the 5 area locations, get results, and get back in the game.
We know that the people of Milwaukee are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Hey guys, Billy Schmidt. Football season is the best time to bet, and the best place to bet in the Midwest is at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Trust me, I've played a lot of different places, and the home of big wins and a bumpin' atmosphere is the Potawatomi Sportsbook. A nearly 2,000 square foot video wall, 100 different kiosks to get in all your plays, and maybe 1 or 2 parlays of the day. Catch the game at the bar or reserve your spot in the middle of the action at Potawatomi.com/sportsbook. Build out your bets, reserve your spot, and bet above the rest at the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The people have spoken, and the results are undeniable. Ridgetop Exteriors delivers. We swept the People's Choice Awards. Best roofing, best siding, best windows, and best overall home improvement company. That's not just winning, that's setting the standard with expert craftsmanship, top materials, and service that keeps homeowners coming back. 4 categories, 4 wins, 1 name. Ridgetop Exteriors, your only choice for home exteriors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and experience the difference today.
Ridgetop Exteriors. iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Make 97.3 The Game your number 1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Drew and KB bringing it to you on this Thursday in the good land. We're in the Iron Jock Studios, built by Reamer Remodel. And it is weird for us to be any place but a Buffalo Wild Wings on Thursday, but that's what happens during a Packers bye week. No football feast. We'll be back at it a week from today, and we'll be on campus, University Avenue location in Madison. Yes, all you folks in the 608, feel free to come and join us. That's always a good spot. We will be there as the Badgers are getting ready to face Iowa. Matt LePay is going to be hanging out with us. We might have a surprise Badgers guest as well, but come and see us a week from today at Buffalo Wild Wings as we return to the football feast. When the Packers fire up again a week from Sunday, hosting the Bengals, we want you to hit the Resch Expo Plaza pit stop, the Drew and KB tailgate. That's right. The Timeout Sports Lounge operates 3.5 hours before every home game at the Resch Expo Plaza. They've got bars, bands, drinks, Bloody Marys, shots, Tipsy Tapper beer trailer, sampling stations. KB will be there, probably hanging out with the bands. And
I will be hanging out there at the trailer.
Right across from Lambeau Field in front of the Resch Expo, the Plaza Pit Stop is your game day party headquarters all season long. Visit the Drew and KB Timeout Sports Lounge inside Lambeau Field. All right, 877-794-1973 gets you to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line, awaiting the arrival of Cecilia Gore from the Brewers Community Foundation as we continue a Brewers themed day of programming across all of our shows today. Been having some Brewers guests, and earlier today we talked to Michael Cosentino, who's the Vice President of Sales and Service, Ticket Sales and Service. Had a nice chat with Michael, so we're awaiting the arrival of Cecilia Gore in our lounge. Still 1-1 in Cleveland. The Tigers and the Indians going at it. It's a win or go home game. Somebody is going to be advancing in that series, and then this is the first of a triple header of all elimination games. So doesn't get much, but baseball is off to a good start. I love it when you say that, because in the wild card round in the NFL, you can say, oh, good games. And you get to the division round. Sometimes the games are clunkers. But in this case, you can say baseball playoffs are off to a good start.
They've been good. They've been really good.
It would have been good even if the all the series were decided in 2 games. Yankees, Red Sox, bases loaded, nobody out, 9th inning. That makes it good.
Oh, my God. Talk about working out at jams. Holy
our oldest Chapman still getting it done. And again, Brewers working out again today. We'll be letting you know if there's any news happening. You know, they don't have to set a roster or anything. They still got another workout. Like, they're still doing these uncomfortable workouts to get ready. But there was some sad news from the Brewers today. Dick Roche passed away last night at the age of 84. And he was a guy who joined the Brewers. He came on. He was like a mentor and a sounding board for Doug Melvin and Gord Ash, and he helped the Brewers in their scouting department. He's best known as the guy who scouted Derek Jeter and signed Derek Jeter out of high school for the Yankees. He recommended him.
Captain.
Totally. Like, yeah, there was a thought that he was going to go to Michigan, and Dick Roche's quote to his bosses was, "This kid's not going to Ann Arbor. He's going to Cooperstown." Gangly 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And Dick Roche was not wrong. He's one of the good ones, and he's going to be missed. For sure. All right, 877-794-1973 gets you to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. And we welcome to the program our returning champion from the Brewers Community Foundation, Cecilia Gore. Cecilia, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
We're very excited about what's happening with your ball club. We were in the stands on Tuesday watching the workout from the barrel yard. The grass looked amazing. Yep. It was just, you could just feel it. Even in an empty building, you could feel the excitement.
Very true. Very true. And the offices are buzzing. We're all ready to roll.
And you know what? I am looking forward to this sellout game, standing room only, because I know it's important for the foundation, but when I am out there, I'm going all in on the 50-50 raffle.
All right.
To raise some money for you guys, because get that to a 6-figure payout.
Oh my goodness.
I love that idea, and it could happen.
Yeah, it could.
Do you see
happen?
Do people buy more tickets? Are they a little looser? Because everybody says, "Oh, playoff tickets are more expensive," but they're in the ballpark earlier. Do you sell more tickets for the 50-50 at playoff games?
We definitely do. People are excited. By the end of the season, they know the great work that we've been doing, so they want to be supportive that way. And I think, we're all just in great spirits.
Cecilia, what was it like? The alumni weekend, we've been talking to folks about what a hit that was. There've been so many moments that are memorable this year, from pocket pancakes to the Euchre celebration of life, and then the that alumni weekend and the alumni home run derby was such a big, such a huge success. I think every team's going to copy it. When you look back at this season, what were some of the highlights for you?
Well, I just have highlights all the time. I love the nonprofits that we support. Our community relations department is always doing things throughout the state to help organizations raise money. So I would say highlights are seeing happy winners of that 50-50 raffle, cheering on our sellers as they reach out to fans throughout the year. We're just in good spirits all the time.
When you go down to the clubhouse, are players happy to see you? Sometimes getting players to do things in the community and getting them to do things, especially, it can go two ways with a young team. Sometimes young players are so absorbed with trying to survive and keep their heads above water in the big leagues that they don't look outwardly and think about doing stuff in the community. Other times they're very like, hey, what do you need me to do? I'll do it for sure. What is it like with this team? We all love the vibe of this team, and we all love, everybody's kind of adopted them. But what's it like from your end? Like a guy like Sal Frelick, who got nominated for the Clemente Award, like he seems quite active.
Yeah, we get to tap into the players during spring training and share with them how supportive our fans are and how generous our community is and how they appreciate having player involvement. And over the last probably decade now, we've been getting 100% financial and service giving from our players. So we don't have a lot of problems. People already know that it's in our DNA to do good things. And then you will have somebody like Sal who just is over the top because he really appreciates giving back to the community. And when we met with him in spring training, he was like, hey, I want to do something whenever I can. So our guys are really great.
Talking to Cecilia Gore from the Brewers Community Foundation here, Drew and KB.
So Cecilia, do you have any in expanding the foundation? What are some of the other areas you're looking at to get the team involved? Because it's always, other people come in and start working with different foundations. How do you keep it relevant?
Well, I'm in the community all the time, and our focus areas of interest are health, education, recreation, and basic needs, which clearly can use some support at all times. We have an interest in doing as much as we can so we can be a part of the fabric of this community. So we always have our ear to the ground. Katina Shaw is active. A number of us are volunteering every month with a number of organizations. So we have a good feel for what the community needs. And then we just take the resources of our fans and our sponsors and ownership group and share them with the community. And I think that's what has kept us relevant, that we really try to pay attention, go after causes that are important. We have wonderful nonprofit leaders throughout this community. So I think we play a special role.
I saw a number recently that in the past decade, the Brewers Community Foundation has raised more than $60 million for various local nonprofits. Is that number right? Because that's staggering.
Yeah, I feel so proud. We try to fund nearly 200 nonprofit organizations annually. We do a lot of general operating support so that organizations will have flexibility in the use of the funds. And I think we have a great reputation.
All right, Cecilia, we have to ask. I mean, you guys, you know what the team means to the community, and you know how the community is bonded with this club in particular and these players. But were you as shocked as we were when 10,000 people showed up for a pancake party in the parking lot?
I was. You didn't put in the main thing, 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
That's really shocking. But, I really wasn't surprised. We do a annual food drive near Thanksgiving, and fans are there bright and early delivering turkeys and food to support people. I think our fans are just phenomenal, and they want to be a part of the team. And so when we have great things to offer, they just lean in.
Is there anything else on your radar right now other than the 50-50? I mean, I know you had the auction last month. You have a lot of stuff throughout the year.
Players' wives involved and all of that.
But is there anything on your radar event-wise, or do you just kind of like sit back now and let the baseball do the talking?
Well, winning is everything. We really want to win. We want to sell those raffle tickets throughout the game. People can also buy scoreboard messages through Brewers Community Foundation if they want to recognize somebody for a birthday or that kind of thing. Or in our team store, they can round up if they buy something and want to add $1 or $2 to go to the foundation. There's that option. So there are a lot of ways to support Brewers Community Foundation while we're supporting and cheering for the team.
Well, I might just put my own name up there, that I welcome me to the ballpark.
I think you should. You probably get a big cheer.
I mean, I'm just a lonely guy, I got to get some recognition. I'll just pay my way and put my name up there.
That's to see his name on the scoreboard.
That's it. Then take a pic.
Let us know, and we'll try to get the camera on you.
Oh God, no!
Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to do that.
Make it a Christmas card, though. Look at this.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Cecilia, thank you for hanging out with us today. Cecilia. We appreciate it so much. Best of luck moving forward.
You.
The whole town is just waiting for Saturday now.
Yep, always a pleasure to talk to you all. Thanks for your support throughout the season. We really appreciate it.
You bet. Anytime, Cecilia. Anytime. Cecilia is one of the legends of local nonprofits in Milwaukee, no question about it, and working with the Brewers Community Foundation for the last, I guess, like 15 years or so, and the money that they've raised has been incredible.
They do an awful lot of
Absolutely. 877-794-1973 to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. And like to the point, what Sal Freelick does stuff, and KB, you know this too because of your son Patrick and children's and stuff. Guys do stuff off the radar that
never see,
that doesn't get publicity, but the Brewers do a pretty good job. Like you see, like a lot of off days and even game days, you'll see guys doing appearances at stores or at youth clubs, boys and girls clubs and clinics, and they do so much stuff like that. And we're going to be talking to Wags later, Paul Wagner, and as a Brewer alum, they tap into those guys too for the Brewers Community Foundation. So it's not just the current players, but the alums help them in that regard too. So you see Brewers in the community a lot, and it's a very cool thing. And to her point, winning is good for business. Winning is good for business. And as they say, KB, no one ever went broke doing stuff for charitable work.
No one ever went. No one ever went broke by donating.
By donating and doing good things.
Hey, we could get a full scoreboard message very affordably.
Well, then
I
don't think we spiked the ball for Drew and KB. We put it up there for Pipe Bomb and Tim Allen. Let's go. The Bomb Squad. Jeff Orlowski, 97.3 The Game post game.
Welcome.
How many lines do
Brewers
we need?
welcome the Bomb Squad.
Brewers.
I don't know that might be a little.
That's a little on the line.
Yeah, that's. We know what Pipe Bomb is, but they may not. That might be a little too close to the edge.
The Bomb Squad. Yeah, that might be.
That might be a little too close to the edge.
We even say, well, Pipe Bomb or Orlowski. Well, we'll have to find a way. We'll find a way. Keep them coming at 877-794-1973. In 15 minutes, we're going to play Figure It Out, presented by Great Midwest Bank at 4:30. Paul Wagner is going to join us. And at 5 o'clock, you want to be in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge to be the first in your block to hear us making an announcement in tandem with our friends from the Milwaukee Admirals and bringing two great civilizations together. We'll make that happen after 5 o'clock with a nice announcement on our Thursday. Well, it's actually our Friday because we're not working tomorrow, but it's our Thursday, and it's a beautiful Thursday in the good land. We got exciting baseball. Tigers and Guardians still tied 1-1. They're into the top of the 6th at Progressive Field. We'll keep you apprised of what's happening. And Cubs and Padres get about ready to lace them up and get ready to see who's going to face the Brewers beginning on Saturday in Game 1 of the Division Series. It's a beautiful time to be a sports fan in Wisconsin. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, Drew and KB, on the game.
Keep that production. Now, your chance to win $1,000.
Give it to me.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. That's win. Enter it right now. Right now. 973thegame.com.
KB, our buddies at Central Standard have made the perfect brandy old-fashioned in a can.
It's so good, made with their award-winning North Brandy and infused with Leinenkugel's delicious flavors used in their shandy lines.
This is spirits and brandy based. It's not a beer.
So whether you're on the golf course or at a concert or enjoying your outdoor patio, it's brandy old-fashioned deliciousness.
And it's ready to go. Just grab a can, open, and enjoy. No mixing or muddling needed.
Central Standard's brandy old-fashioned, Leinenkugel's infused, ready-to-drink cocktail.
Central Standard and Leinenkugel's, join us out here.
For award-winning injury lawyers, when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law. Get the beer, get the win.
Coming around the right side, going for the pylon, in for the touchdown.
Feel the energy as My 24 brings you primetime preps game day action from the gridiron. It's a greater Metro City melee as the Brookfield Central Lancers lock up with the Brookfield East Spartans. Coverage begins with Mike McGivern and special guest on the Primetime Preps pregame show Friday at 6:30. Then it's game time with Gruber Law Office's Primetime Preps football, presented by Marquette University at 7. All on My Place for Sports, My 24.
Brother man, you ever get the Sunday scaries?
Sunday scaries?
Yeah, you stay up half the night on Sunday because you're worried about the upcoming week.
I used to, but not anymore. Not now that I found Happy Place Hemp Delta 8 gummies. I take one about an hour before bedtime and I sleep like a baby. But I'm not the only one. One smart, good-looking listener texted us and said they started taking the gummies for their anxiety. Now they're more relaxed. They get a good night's sleep. No more tossing and turning.
And now listeners can go to happyplacehemp.com, use the promo code DrewKB, and get 25% off their order. Can't beat that with a stick.
Happyplacehemp.com, promo code DrewKB.
Jason, what are you singing?
Working on a new jingle to promote Capital's $49 drain clearing. When your sink fills up with gunk, don't stress, don't whine. It's only $49.
Don't take this the wrong way, man, but I'd stick to plumbing, heating, and cooling if I were you.
That's fair, but people need to know that we clear clogs for only $49.
Fine, but I would have rhymed gunk with junk. It's so obvious.
Call CapitalCares.com.
KB, Iron Jock is going back to the basics.
Basics? I'm intrigued. What's in it?
It's a base layer setup. One tee, your choice, long or short sleeve, plus a pair of boxers and performance crew socks, all designed for active guys who want to stay comfortable and stink-free. The perfect base.
I'm all about a perfect base.
The base layer bundle is fantastic for outdoor yard work, hiking to see the fall colors, or just general laziness and watching sports from your couch all weekend. And for our smart, good-looking hunters, talk about an advantage of not having your smell tip off your target. They'll never smell you coming.
So what are we looking at?
Short sleeve bundles $45, long sleeves $50. That's about $15 or $16 per item for quality and performance that lasts. And Iron Jock guarantees it for the lifetime of the gear or your money back.
Lifetime guarantee? Now that's a commitment. More than I can say for my golf swing.
No code necessary and shipping is free.
It's an Iron Jock flash sale now through Sunday.
Go to ironjoc.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Through Sunday, October 5th.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to see you never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics True Score report dated 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Mostly sunny this afternoon with temperatures in the 70s and 80s, dropping into the 60s tonight, then nearing record highs Friday and Saturday, both around 86 degrees, cooling by early next week with a chance for some showers. I'm Fox 6 meteorologist Stephanie Barrichello.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Upgrade your laundry routine with a durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's, like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowes.com.
Broadcasting live from the top of the ratings.
How's the air up there?
97.3 The Game. Number 1 for sports and stuff.
Yo, Pan, you ready? Yeah. Man, let's lock and load. Yeah. Just play. Yeah. No, turn me up. Yeah. I think we got one. Yeah. Here we go.
Tell me, what do you see?
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio, built by Reamer Remodel, hanging out with you on a Thursday in the good land. NicoletLaw.com, talking text line 877-794-1973. Tigers lead the Guardians 2-1 on a Dingler dinger. A dinger by Dingler.
Mm-hmm.
Just like saying that. The drama is building at Progressive Field as they go through they're headed to the bottom of the sixth. Detroit leading 2-1. All the games today in Major League Baseball are elimination games. Red Sox, Yankees. We got the Cubs and Padres, and it's going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious. And the winner of the Padres-Cubs game, that's obviously the game we're watching most closely, because the winner of that series is going to spray champagne at Wrigley today and then head to Milwaukee to work out tomorrow and, take on the Brewers on Saturday.
Yep.
It's a hell of a trip for the Padres.
2 hours.
You got to pick. I mean, but you got to pack for.
When you're out,
road
when you
for a
go
long
out.
time. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if the Padres finished at home or not. They even got home after I didn't look that up to see where they finished the season. I think didn't they finish against the Dodgers? So I guess they were close to home, but they're going to be they're on the road. You don't know with the playoffs, man. You just don't know. Like the Reds had to come to Milwaukee and for the last weekend of the season, and they had to be packed and ready to go extra. It's a good thing when you're in the baseball playoffs and you get sent somewhere. It's a good thing if you have to send your dry cleaning out. It means you've been playing a long time and been on the road a long time. So that's not a bad thing. Jeff and Muskego on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. Did dude just say what the keyword was? We're still doing those keywords, Hunter? I don't know what they are. We don't have a list. We used to read those, Jeff, but we don't. I didn't hear one. They must have slipped one past the goalie.
I don't think so.
Yeah, sorry, Jeff. Can't help you out. If you missed it, there'll be another one next hour. I think. Truth be told, we don't have any say in that. We're not even aware. We hope our smart, good-looking listeners win, but we have no idea. I didn't even know if it was still going on.
I think it is going. Oh yeah, we got one another. Actually, it looks like. Hang on, in a couple of minutes, looks like there will be another announcement of it.
Well, our texters are helping each other out because Mike from Merrill said the keyword was win.
There we go.
So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's win. You're just helping people out there. Just all we do is win. You know, a fun place to win is American Place Casino. Oh, baby. American Place Casino, just over the border, nonstop action. We've talked about blackjack, craps, roulette, all the table games, a poker room, the Harbor Poker Room, adjacent to a Circa sports book where you can make investments and watch games and get comfortable. They got the bars, they got the restaurants, and in honor of Halloween approaching, they have a frightfully fun October with $1 million Monster Cash giveaway every Friday and Saturday night in October from 6 to 11 p.m. One lucky winner is picked every 15 minutes for a shot at winning up to $1 million in cold, hard cash. That's right. Your chance to win big, creeping up every 15 minutes. Visit AmericanPlace.com for all the spooky details. Don't miss your shot at a monster-sized fortune. AmericanPlace.com.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537.
All right, KB and I are on a losing streak and we'll figure it out. We'll see if we can rectify that as we move forward. Andrew Ludwig going to be with us to play a little game because we're off tomorrow. We won't be playing on Friday. So a special Thursday edition, Figure It Out next. Paul Wagner at 4:30 and an announcement of some significance with us in the Milwaukee Admirals, a concert announcement. Oh, tell Shanna we're making a concert announcement.
Finally.
Today. About time. It's going to be awesome. You definitely want to be here at 5 o'clock to hear what we got cooking for you with the Milwaukee Admirals. All right. You are listening to Drew and KB statewide on the game.
The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. 3 MLB wildcard series have made it to a Game 3 with only the Dodgers so far advancing to the NLDS. Tigers-Guardians is ongoing with the winner to face the Mariners. Padres-Cubs play this afternoon at 4. Then Red Sox-Yankees play tonight. If the Yankees win, the Brewers will play at 1 p.m. on Saturday. If the Red Sox win, the Brewers will play at 8 o'clock for Game 1. Former Wisconsin Badgers running back Braylon Allen has been placed on IR by the New York Jets with a knee injury. He suffered it on Monday night and is out indefinitely. And Week 5 action kicks off in the NFL tonight with Thursday Night Football between the Rams and 49ers. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Bonus bucks. Your shot at $1,000. Listen weekdays for the keyword, then enter it on the website, thegameandstuff.com.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
20 minutes northbound on 4145 between the Zoo and Good Hope. Delays get better after Hampton. You got southbound delays starting all the way up at Highway 145, clearing up south of Capitol. 12 minutes Good Hope to the Zoo. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Lynch Automotive family of dealerships.
For over 65 years, the Lynch family of dealerships has been more than just a car dealership. Starting in 1957, we've treated our customers like family from day one. Start your car buying journey today at shoplynch.com.
Broadcasting from the all-new Iron Jock Studios, built by Reamer Remodel.
We're ready to roll, baby!
This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved! Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary, just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip.
Woo! That's so screaming good!
Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious.
Will you find a way out? It's 45 acres, 60 minutes of sheer terror. Buy your tickets online and reserve your time slot. Beer tent and nightly bonfires. Open weekends in October. Visit hillhaseyes.com.
Warning, ladies, this haunt causes beefy pants.
Step into American Place Casino, where the excitement never ends. Located in Waukegan, Illinois, just a short drive from Milwaukee. Over 900 slot machines, your favorite table games, 4 restaurants, live entertainment, and now our brand new poker room. Plus, we're proud to be the friendliest casino around with service that sets us apart. Whether you're here to hit the jackpot, catch a game, or just have an unforgettable night out, American Place Casino has it all. American Place Casino. Closer than you think. Friendlier than you expect. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-511-3535. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider, 800-511-3535. That's 800-511-3535. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-511-3535.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there, providing hot meals, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Listen up. The ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Yeah.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College Athletics, it's time to rock the rivers and shake the lakes with two guys fueled only by cheeseburgers, bourbon, and ice-cold beer at a reasonable price, of course. It's Drew and KB.
We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes.
Dorks. They look like a couple of dorks.
The reality is that anybody that knows Drew knows that he's been class personified. I be trying my hardest to like people, and then they start to like breathe and talk and stuff. KB brings just great instincts. That's what you love about him.
I'm mad. I have to go to work. I have to earn a living. I'd rather have a private income and get laid.
Do not end up in the hospital, newspaper, or jail. If you do end up in jail, establish permanent quickly.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Name something Abraham Lincoln probably used to ride on.
Miss Lincoln, I don't mind a bit bush.
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
I don't know what time it is, but I'm rolling deep.
How's the corn?
You know I'm gonna have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its.
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle.
Light the candle.
The candle is lit, but we're still a little confused because it's a Thursday in the Good Land and we are not at a Buffalo Wild Wings enjoying a football feast today. Still trying to get our bearings a little bit. We're in the Iron Jock Studios built by Reamer Remodel. My name is Drew Olson. I'm joined by KB.
What's going on, brother man?
We've got Hunter Baumgart here as well, monitoring the first of 3 win-or-go-home baseball games today. We've got the Detroit Tigers leading the Cleveland Guardians there through 6 innings at Progressive Field. The Cubs and Padres getting ready to fire up their game down at Wrigley Field. We'll be keeping you apprised of the action. Obviously, we care more immediately about the outcome of the Padres-Cubs game because the winner of that game will spray champagne at Wrigley Field today and maybe go out for a nice meal and then head to Milwaukee to work out and get ready to face the Brewers in Game 1 of the Division Series Saturday night at American Family Field. Saturday at American Family Field. Will time to be announced when we find out who wins the Yankees-Red Sox series. So a little bit in limbo there. We've been talking about what do you want? Which team do you want to face? Have we mentioned yet what's the best time? Is it better at night, KB, to have all day to get ready for Saturday night? Or do you want that game at noon so you don't have to wait so long?
I think, I'll be out there. I'm thinking noon.
Yeah?
I'm thinking I would like it at noon.
Hunter Baumgart, you're going to be there covering it for us. I'm going to be out of town for Game 1. I'll be back for Game 2. Hunter, what do you prefer?
I would prefer the night game, I believe. I've been debating this because I think the body clock would appreciate a day game. But I think an atmosphere at night is going to be fantastic.
The thing is, It doesn't
Go Red
really
Sox.
matter because they're not coming back to play on Sunday.
True.
The MLB is staying away from the NFL slate. So the Brewers will play on Monday, and that'll be a later game. That'll either be 4 or 7.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's not like
one way or another.
You don't have to worry about Monday Night Football.
Yeah. So one way or another, that's something to think about. So if it is a night game, it's not like you got to drag ass back and turn it around real quick and have an earlier game. There'll be plenty of time to recover is what I'm saying. So no preference, just waiting all day for Saturday, whatever it is. You know, I know there are some people who have commitments and stuff and they're rooting for one time or the other. And that may lead to a spike in the secondary market of people who have to dump tickets because they can't go to the game.
I can't think of anything I would have to do unless it was in my immediate family or someone that
say there are weddings.
I know
wedding
it
season.
would
What
have
if-
to, right.
What if Johnny's homecoming king and you got to go watch, the Grand March on
Take a
Saturday?
video.
Take a video. Oh my goodness. All right. Andrew Ludwig has joined the party here. He is from the Zabe and Butch program in the mornings. Usually joins us on Fridays for Figure It Out, but this means now you got your Friday free.
Oh, I still got to work from 6 to 10, but yeah.
Yeah, but you don't work with us on Friday afternoon, so you're welcome.
Oh, I've thought of that already.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So thank you. Thank
owe
you.
us.
Yes.
Let's play the game. Hunter, hit the music. And
All
Luddy,
right.
tell people about this game, Figure It Out.
Well, we're going to play
Great
Figure It
Midwest
Out.
Bank.
It's a fast-paced trivia game consisting of 3 rounds of 5 questions per round. A correct answer is worth 1 point, though in round 3, answers are worth 2 points. After 3 rounds, there is a final Jeopardy question. Contestants buzz in by saying their name aloud. Figure It Out is presented by Great Midwest Bank. Great Midwest Bank has been your local banking expert since 1935. From buying to renovating, they offer common sense solutions for your mortgage and deposit needs. Visit greatmidwestbank.com to get started today. Today's word is 10. I don't know why I picked that last night.
You thinking about Bo Derek? You're too young to think about
No,
Bo
but
Derek.
actually Bo Derek came up in, it's not an answer, but was considered as an answer. For today. So,
all righty then.
yeah, that's maybe it then. Meaning that the final answer of each round will contain the word 10. T-E-N.
10.
It's like the number,
All right.
We ended last week with the Scholastic Corporation, and that's where we will pick up today.
Hunter, did you win last week or did Alex Poole?
Alex did.
Yeah, you guys
Alex
are on
did.
You guys are on a
Yeah.
streak. You've won like we haven't won in
Young
a while.
kids, yeah.
Yep. Changing of the guard.
Clifford, the Big Red Dog, a character created by Norman Bridwell in 1963, is the mascot of Scholastic. Sean Clifford, former Packers backup quarterback, was sometimes referred to with the Big Red Dog nickname due to his red hair. This ginger is also well known in the Hollywood acting scene. Known for both her comedic and dramatic roles, she
Drew.
has... Drew?
I'm going to say Emma Stone.
Incorrect.
Worth a guess.
It was. Known for her comedic and dramatic roles, she has been featured 3 times in annual rankings of the world's highest paid actresses. Her first major role was in Steven Spielberg's biopic, Catch Me If You Can, but she was unemployed for a year afterwards. In Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, 2006, she played the romantic interest of Will Ferrell's characters. The musical fantasy film Enchanted... KB?
Amy Adams.
Yes. Amy Lou Adams was born on August 20th, 1974 in Aviano, Italy. You ever been, KB?
No.
Okay. In The Sopranos, Furio Gunta comes over from Naples in season 2 to be part of the Soprano crew in America. Once in America, Furio purchases this specific vehicle, the full-size luxury SUV introduced for the first time in 1990. KB?
Escalade?
Yeah. Tony had the GMC, like standard, and then Furio had the
You had the Escalade?
Yeah. The Escalade is currently sold in North America and select international markets in Europe and Asia. This Asian country is the host of 2 NBA preseason games, which started today between the Knicks and 76ers. Only 11% of the population are natives, who are now outnumbered by migrant workers, most of whom are from South Asia. Situated at the eastern end of the Arabian Peninsula, it is a federal semi-constitutional monarchy made up of 7 territories, with Abu Dhabi serving at
Dubai.
Incorrect.
No.
KB. Arab Emirates.
Yes.
United.
Yes, Sixers and
Dubai's
Knicks are
where,
playing over.
Dubai's where they're playing, right?
I forget. It's one of those 2, Dubai or Abu Dhabi. I think it's Dubai. As of 2024, the UAE has an estimated population of over 10 million. This U.S. state is ranked 10th in population with just over 10 million people living in the state. The state's borders touch Wisconsin. Although the state has developed a diverse economy in the early 20th century, it became widely known as the center of automotive industry, which developed as a major national economic force. The Lower Peninsula is a center of manufacturing, forestry, agricultural services, and high-tech industry. Once exploited for logging and mining, today the sparsely populated Upper Peninsula is important for tourism because of the abundance of natural resources. The Wisconsin Badgers football team will play at Hunter,
Michigan.
Yeah.
A long windup there.
What?
I said that was a long windup.
Yeah, who wrote this? Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the University of Michigan is located, has 6 public high schools. This film takes place in the fictional town of Padua, but was filmed primarily in Seattle and Tacoma, Washington, with the real-life Stadium High School in
Drew.
10
Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, look at that. Is that one of your favorites?
Our friends' letters to Cleo are in it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. That's
Heath
a good movie.
Ledger and
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, who's the chick?
Yeah. Larissa Olenek.
She's in it. So that's the sister.
Yeah, it's not the blonde chick, Julia Stiles.
Yes,
Yeah.
Julia Stiles. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, that's a good movie. A period piece, teen coming of age type stuff.
Yeah, Julia Stiles, Kristen Bell, Kirsten Dunst, they're all the same person.
Pretty much.
I agree. After one round, Drew, you have 1, Hunter, you have 1, and KB is in the lead with 3. Round 2. Since its release, 10 Things I Hate About You has gained popularity as a cult classic, often being cited as one of the greatest romantic comedies of all time. Cult classics exist in many genres of entertainment. This video game has achieved that cult status. The console video games in the series are largely sandbox games in that they lack any defined goals. The player creates virtual people, places them... KB?
Minecraft.
Incorrect. The player creates virtual people, places them in houses, and help direct their moods and satisfy their desires. Players can either place their virtual people in pre-constructed homes or build them themselves. Each successive expansion plan and game in the series augmented what the player could do with their virtual people.
So you got to know this, Drew.
Yeah.
The Sims.
Yeah.
By the way, the Tigers have taken a 4-1 lead now. Big hit. Tigers are rallying. They're threatening to break this game open in the top of the 7th. Wow. Detroit 4, Cleveland 1.
Game designer Will Wright was inspired to create a virtual dollhouse after losing his home during the Oakland firestorm of 1991. The 1991 Milwaukee Brewers went 83-79 in Tom Trebelhorn's last season as the manager of the franchise. Also in 1991, this man won the AL Most Valuable Player Award. It was his second time winning the MVP award, with the first coming in 1983. At 6 foot 4 inch, 225 pounds, he pioneered the way for the success of taller, larger shortstops. He grew up traveling around the United States as his father was KB?
No, it's not. Forget it.
Okay. 5. We'll give you a chance. 4.
You said American League, right?
3.
Fred Patek.
No.
You know.
He switched back to third base for the final 5 years of Drew.
Cal Ripken. Jr.
Ricky Henderson won it in 1990. That was my birth year. That's what I remember that. Cal Ripken Jr. All right. Sorry, yeah, that was the answer.
Cal Ripken Jr.
In 2001, his final season, Cal Ripken Jr. was named the All-Star MVP and was honored with the Commissioner's Historic Achievement Award, which has been awarded 16 times. Jake Kumaro wore the number 16 when he played for the Green Bay Packers. In 2012, Kumaro transferred to Whitewater from this Division I school. Kumaro caught 3 passes for 85 yards at the Big Ten school as a freshman. With over 59,000 students, it is one of the largest public universities.
KB.
KB?
Going to be one of 3.
Okay.
I'm going to say Ohio State.
You are incorrect. Maybe it's one of the other 3.
One of the other 2.
Yeah. The school has 5 claimed national titles in football, with the most recent coming in 1951. We all remember that one. The university operates a number of athletic facilities, including Memorial Stadium for football and the State Farm Center. Drew?
Nebraska?
Incorrect.
Yeah.
And the State Farm Center for men's and women's basketball. There's a couple Memorial Stadiums.
I was going to say there are.
Nebraska is definitely one.
Yep.
State Farm.
Yep. 5.
A lot of State Farm arenas around too.
1951.
3. Good luck, Hunter. 2. 1.
Hunter.
Yeah. Big Ten school.
Big Ten school. We're just going to go with Indiana.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It's Illinois. You had the first letter right. The University of Illinois has no mascot. The NFL, most NFL teams have mascots, with exceptions including the New York Giants, Green Bay Packers, New York Jets, and
Wrong. The Packers had one. But anyway.
Talking currently.
Okay.
The franchise has moved city. Okay, so this other team doesn't have one too. The franchise moved cities in the team's history, which has existed since 1960. Play-by-play voice Matt Money Smith and NFL Network analyst Daniel Jeremiah comprise the team's radio broadcasters. Except for the color changes along the way, they have essentially used the logo of an arc-shaped lightning bolt since the team debuted. Maybe
Chargers.
Yeah.
San Diego supercharged.
They're so supercharged, they're in Los Angeles now. The Chargers were founded in Los Angeles in 1959 and began playing in 1960 as a charter member of the American Football League, or AFL. This band was formed in Los Angeles in 1994. The band started performing on the Los Angeles music scene, eventually befriending David Cross, who invited them to open for the live version of Mr. Show on HBO. This led the band to have their own variety of television series on HBO, produced by Cross and Bob Odenkirk. Drew?
Flight of the Conchords.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
That was right.
Towards the end of the 1990s, the duo supported large rock acts such as Tool.
KB. Tenacious D.
Yes.
Oh, because of 10?
Yeah, 10.
Tenacious. 10. Tenacious D.
Therefore, we're at the end of round 2.
There we go.
Hunter, you're in last with 1. Drew, you have 3.
Yeah, this is not my best
you have
day.
5. You're in the lead.
Lucky me.
Round 2, or round 3, you can get 2 points.
I'll blow it all. Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a guarantee. Guarantee.
If you say so. In 2000, they signed with Epic Records, and the year after, they released Tenacious D. The Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator is coordinated by Jeff Hafley, who was previously the head coach at Boston College. This former NFL head coach was also a head coach at Boston College. The 2-time Super Bowl winning head coach was born in Waterloo, New York in 1946 and played football and basketball in high school. Jim Boeheim was his RA during his senior year at Syracuse. His success at Boston College led to a subsequent hiring as the first head coach of the NFL's expansion Jacksonville Jaguars. After being out of coaching, KB?
Tom Coughlin?
Yeah. In 2011, after selling the Jaguars to Shahid Khan, Wayne Weaver said when looking back on his tenure as owner, one of his biggest regrets was firing Tom Coughlin in 2002. This television show has themes of regret over choices made for family that unravel lives. It spanned 5 seasons and 62 episodes on a cable TV channel. The show had a fair viewership in its first 3 seasons, but the 4th and 5th season saw a moderate rise in viewership when it was made available on Netflix. By the time the series finale aired, it was amongst the most watched cable American shows ever. The series gave rise to the larger franchise Better Call Saul.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Things are breaking bad for the Guardians right now. They trail 6-1.
Wow, yeah.
Detroit is opening up a can of whoop ass late in this game and has eyes on heading to Seattle.
Breaking Bad follows Walter White, a struggling and frustrated high school chemistry teacher. This man was a high school coach, football coach, and classroom teacher in Arkansas before entering college coaching. One of the most innovative offensive minds in football. He is known for his hurry-up offense. In January 2003, he published a book and instructional video titled Hurry Up Offense and an Offensive Philosophy. He also served as offensive coordinator from Auburn from 2009 to 2011. In that role at Auburn, he helped lead the 2010 Auburn Tigers to a national title victory. He was then the head coach at UCF from 2021 to 2024, Auburn University from 2013 to 2022 prior to that, and Arkansas State. He is currently the offensive coordinator at Florida State University. Wow. 5, 4.
One first. No
3,
huddle.
2.
Drew.
Is
it Gus? Gus Malzahn?
Gus Malzahn. Probably my favorite offensive mind in football. Lots of RPO action.
The only thing that got me there was the
Good.
Auburn and the hurry up. So
There we
it was
go.
kinda-
Excellent.
Okay,
That
less
was-
sports questions next week,
it's
I
good to
guess.
know.
All right, Gus Malzahn.
I don't know whatever compelled you to think this was a sports show, but anyway, continue.
Malzahn is from the Houston Nut coaching tree. In January 2016, the NCAA notified Nutt's former university, Ole Miss, of 13 compliance violations alleged to have occurred under both Nutt and then head coach Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze resigned from Ole Miss in 2017 after officials discovered that he used a university cell phone to call escort services at least a dozen times over 33 months. This person has been the subject of rumors about
Is that like
wealthy...
a campus safety thing?
Yeah, probably.
You know, kind of like the blue phone down at Marquette.
Yeah. I need an escort to walk from the library.
Yeah. Okay, that's not.
I don't know why they fired him over that.
I didn't know it was that unsafe there. Anyway, continue.
This person has been the subject of rumors about wealthy benefactors, but she has never confirmed or acknowledged being an escort. Signed to Ford models at the age of 3, she gained early recognition as
KB. Janice Dickinson.
Incorrect.
Oh, I know who it is.
She gained early recognition as a child actress on soap operas. Her personal life has received much media attention since her teenage years, particularly after a series of legal problems and arrests, which continued until 2013. The year 2015 marked the first time that she had been probation-free in over 8 years. Her breakthrough role came with the dual role of the reunited identical twins in the Walt Disney comedy The Parent Trap.
Drew.
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a Lindsay Lohan movie?
I don't believe I have.
Okay. They're not that good.
Mean Girls? You never saw Mean Girls?
Oh, that one was all right, I guess.
Oh, maybe I. Well,
420.
At 420. Mean Girls leads us into 420. At 420, we stop everything we're doing on the Drew and KB program, even a game of Figure It Out presented by Great Midwest Bank. We pause for the cause. The cause is to ask you, it's 420. What are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
Yes, indeed. Brought to us by Rob and Chris from HappyPlaceHemp.com, the purveyors of the best CBD products we have found that you will find, and you can find them with a discount using the code Drew and KB, 25% off your order in person in Muskego at the store or online at HappyPlaceHemp.com. And by the way, check out the Drift Seltzer and the Drift Seltzer gummies. Spectacular. KB, what do you got?
Well, you know what? I happen to believe, and I don't know if anyone out there agrees with me, but I happen to believe that of all the places you can go to get coffee in the morning, Dunkin' Donuts is the best. Okay.
Iced coffee is pretty good.
I've heard that from people who like coffee.
Dunkin' is by far the
Less
best.
bitter than Starbucks, but McDonald's has its Denzians too. Some
Yeah,
people say
McDonald's is pretty good. Starbucks over roasts their beans, so it always tastes burnt. But anyway, Dunkin's, you know, it's like it's not enough just to be the best coffee, but you know those rewards programs that they have. Okay, Dunkin' has decided that to get a free cup of coffee, now you got to spend $60 before you can get a free cup of coffee. They jacked it up. If you want to get like an iced coffee or a specialty drink, you have to spend $95.
Jeez.
To get a free the coffee probably costs them 3 cents.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just sit there and I go, what is it with you people? Just give me my free coffee. You're making it up to $95 before I can get an iced coffee?
No more punch cards?
No. What are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
See, they are getting so greedy, and Starbucks does it too. It's like, it's one thing of coffee, for Christ's sake. You know, the food cost is
it's essentially water.
Probably 8 cents. Yeah, it's essentially what's dirty water.
I heard from someone in the coffee industry once that the markup on coffee is more attractive than booze, so you're better off opening a coffee place to make money than a bar.
Yeah, but those
Just
aren't
saying.
It's probably better than booze and probably better than mattresses. Mattresses are insane, and furniture.
Like
mattresses, the markup on mattresses and furniture is insane. Like,
yeah, I paid like
$1,000
$1,000 for my king bed. It was dumb.
Yeah,
It is
$1,000. It probably cost them $20 to make.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get some money back?
Nope.
There you go. All right. That is
$95 to get a free cup of coffee.
HappyPlaceHemp.com.
Pound
Check out
sand.
the Drift Seltzer, available at retail locations and online at HappyPlaceHemp.com. Always online and at the store. Drew and KB get you 25% off. Back to the game, Luddy.
Hunter, you have 1. KB, you have 7. Drew, you have 9. Lindsay Lohan last appeared on television as herself in 2020 on the Fox show Celebrity Watch Party. This show segment is well known in the sports world. It typically airs on Fridays as a weekly wrap-up. The segment celebrates the goofs, gaffes, and... Baby?
George Michael's Sports Machine.
No.
Okay.
No. I thought you were going to get it. It typically airs on Fridays as a weekly wrap-up. I read that. Over-the-top reactions, slow-motion replays, and sound effects are often used to enhance the humor of the segment. It becomes a mini competition to see which blooper is the most epic failure. Occasionally, viewers are invited to vote on the worst of the worst from that week or from the yearly list. The commentary is key. ESPN anchors delivers the segment with a sarcastic and comedic tone.
Drew. The top 10?
Yeah.
ESPN top 10?
Well, no.
No?
Hunter, not top 10.
Yeah, Hunter. Got it right. Yeah.
But not top 10?
That's some catchy music that they got.
Used to be one of my favorite segments of the week.
Why is it not anymore?
Web gems are up
I
there,
liked
too.
web gems.
Yep.
I like Jacked Up till they took it off the air because the NFL said, take that off the air. Hunter, you have 3. KB, you have 7. Andrew, you have 9. This is final question time. So, KB, please don't say it aloud.
Write them
and
down.
then the you two guys as well. Don't say it aloud. The Not Top 10s take place on Fridays on SportsCenter, which is broadcast on ESPN. This person is a former ESPN personality. After more than 2 decades with ESPN, he left as part of mass layoffs by the network on May 31st, 2017. He is in the writer's wing of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He notably appeared in a This Is SportsCenter commercial in which he was featured out of character in a sleeveless Slayer shirt and concealed ponytail. All right. Hunter, which ESPN personality?
How many points?
You had 3.
I bet 2.
Okay.
And I said John Clayton.
That will leave you with 5. You are not going to win probably.
Thanks.
KB, you had 7.
Yeah, I bet all 7 and then I forgot his name.
Oh, so that will leave you with 0. Hunter, you have a chance. Drew.
Hey, Ma. John Clayton.
I knew who it was. I just didn't remember his name.
And Drew wins.
He was a
great
character.
insider.
Yeah, that's true. No longer with us, right?
He passed away in 2022.
Yep, 2022. John Clayton, he of the secret mullet.
Right.
That's so funny. Everyone thought he had a mullet. I loved it.
So funny. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that is Figure It Out, presented by Great Midwest Bank. Good job, Luddy. Thursday edition. Hope we didn't throw people off too much. Tigers lead 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning at Progressive Field. They're well on their way. Anything can happen, but coming back from 5 down, not easy. Cubs and Padres are underway at Wrigley as well. Currently no score. The Cubs got thrown out at second to end the first inning.
Love it.
On a steal, but it had to be reversed because the umpire originally had ruled safe, but
they're out.
They got him right. They got it right. So Cubs Padres still rolling on. When we come back, we're going to talk to Paul Wagner, and we'll get his thoughts as the baseball playoffs in full swing. It's a great day for elimination games on the plate, and we're just sitting here waiting as the Brewers don't play until Saturday at a time to be announced later at American Family Field. You are listening to Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Zabe and Butch in the morning.
Join Zabe and Butch Friday. We'll get you ready for the NLDS on Saturday. Plus, you are looking live, and Let's Goes and Oh-No's. All that and more starting bright and early at 6.
Zabe and Butch, weekday mornings after 6 on the game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
In Kenosha County, US 45 remains shut down both directions at 1st Street with ongoing serious crash cleanup. Northbound on 4145 got heavy delays starting at Watertown Plank, clearing up just before Burleigh. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love. This report is sponsored by eBay.
This hour of Drew and KB is brought to you by Great Midwest Bank.
I want them gummy squares. I want them gummy squares. I want some sleepy with no more anxiety. I need them gummy squares. I need them gummy squares. I need my wife to find her happy place really soon. We have Delta 8 CBD and new Delta 9s go to happyplacehemp.com.
Hey, Drew, aren't jingles annoying?
You know what else is annoying? Not being able to sleep.
Tell me about it. To find your happy place, go to happyplacehemp.com. Get some Delta 8, Delta 9, and the new Sleepy Time gummies.
I've been doing this for months, KB. It is part of my lifestyle now. I go grab one an hour before bed, and I've been sleeping like a baby.
I started doing it last summer. I was taking them before I went to play golf, and I was relaxed as could be. Actually, I started taking them. Sue started taking them too because she couldn't sleep.
More and more smart, good-looking listeners have been availing themselves of the great products at happyplacehemp.com. Use the code DrewKB for 25% off your first order. happyplacehemp.com.
You ever hear a deal so good you think, what's the catch?
Yes, when I got a free gym membership, and the catch was I still had to go.
Well, right now, Capital is offering great financing, no catch.
No selling a kidney?
Nope, just easy financing and honest service during Capital Credit Days. Now through October 31st, air conditioners start as low as $65 a month, furnaces only $59 a month, or a complete system only $117 a month.
Capital, where you choose cool or cozy with no catch financing.
Call CapitalCares.com.
Summer in Wisconsin. Tom, how's your summer going?
It's going great, but with summer comes big summer storms.
And insurance companies have been having trouble with all of the storms in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, wind and hail have been a nightmare for our industry, and then you have these storm-chasing roofers that make the problem even worse.
Are you seeing changes in the industry because of the increase in storm damage?
Absolutely. Many companies are now forcing higher wind and hail deductibles on homes and reducing the coverage available. But some of our companies, like Erie Insurance, still give the customer the choice of how they want to handle it. You know, it might cost more, but at least they let the customer decide, and that's a big advantage.
Well, with the guidance of you and your team at G2, I can tell you, I know they'll be well taken care of. So when you get that renewal offer from your company and they made changes without giving you an option, maybe it's time to call Tom and his team at G2 Insurance. G2 is here to help. Go to G2INS.com. That's G2INS.com. They are your friend in insurance.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score report dated 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Upgrade your laundry routine with a durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's. Like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power, designed to cut through serious dirt and grime. And what's great is this laundry pair is in stock and ready for delivery when you need it the most. Don't miss out. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowe's.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 or Mississippi.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studios, soon to transform to the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Detroit still leads 6-1. They're in the top of the 8th at Progressive Field. And the Cubs and Padres underway at Wrigley Field. And we are happy to be joined in our lounge by our buddy Paul Wagner, pitching coach of the Dock Hounds, our baseball go-to guy, and a friend of the program. Hello, Wags.
Boys, you are in studio today?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. No football feast. It's bye week.
No. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew how to get there. You know what? I was going to ask Tim that earlier.
On Thursdays, we really don't. It is a little disconcerting. If someone wants to bring us chips and queso with chili and some boneless wings, I would.
Yeah, we're all in on it.
I would not say no. I would not say no. Hey, Wags, this little tournament that MLB is staging, that they stage every year, is off to a pretty good start with these 3 elimination games back to back to back.
Yeah, you know what? I really like the fact that we're seeing 3 games, regardless of the outcome. I like to see that. Cincinnati coming into LA, that was kind of a crapshoot. That was, you were just hoping for maybe one, maybe a little more competitive or as competitive as it was, especially when they jumped out to a quick lead yesterday. But again, everything else, Cleveland, Detroit, this one going on right now, San Diego and Chicago. What a showcase of arms in this whole postseason, arms that throw heavy, hard velocity.
Yeah, that Mason Miller of the Padres looks like a guy you don't ever want to see on the mound.
No. And we were talking about him earlier, and I remember a guy that I don't really care for too much, and Barry Bonds, once said to me, or he said to somebody, and I was listening, he said, you know what? I don't care how hard that guy throws. I don't care what he does. I don't care, because you know what? There's a catcher behind me who has to actually catch that ball. So what my philosophy is I'm going to try to catch that ball with my bat. Obviously, Barry Bonds, one of the best hitters ever, in my opinion, probably the best left-handed hitter ever. And if that's his philosophy, he doesn't care how hard you throw. He's just going to try to catch the ball. But I don't think he really saw 104.
No,
that's sick.
And in the space of the generation that's elapsed since Bonds played, more and more guys are throwing triple digits. It's becoming
It's almost like that's the bottom for your fastball if you're going to pitch in the big league.
And coincidentally, nobody hits 300 anymore.
Right. And I did see that. I did see a stat, and it said, oh my gosh, back then this day or your day or something like that, the average fastball was 90 miles an hour. So I just took a look at it. You got 5 guys that throw 85, and you got 5 guys that throw 95. Well, now the average is 95, 94. Now you only have 5 guys that throw 90. You have more guys throwing that hard, more guys in that 95 range, that 96 range. So when I watch even our players and some of the guys, and I watch a bullpen down here, they throw hard. Don't get me wrong. It's just everybody throws hard. There's no soft tossing lefty anymore. There isn't some guy like the Colin Rays and the James Tyons, those guys that throw 91, 92, those guys are, man, they're dinosaurs.
But can you have not as much philosophy and still outthink a hitter though?
Yeah, but you have so much less area for mistake. I mean, and that's where you look at the guys that can pitch like that and can pitch with the stuff that's not up to par as per se right now. You look at those guys and they know how to pitch, because your mistakes can't be. If a hitter is going to sit on that fastball, if he's going to eliminate pitches, if you're throwing 91, sometimes it's hard to beat a guy at 91, even if you fool the hitter. But if you're throwing 96, 97 and you make a mistake, you can still fool a hitter at 97 who's looking for that pitch.
Talking to Paul Wagner here, Drew and KB in the Iron Jock Studios, built by Reamer Remodel. Wags, we were at the workout on Tuesday, broadcasting from the barrel yard right on the deck there. And thankfully, we didn't get hit with any home run balls. But right away, I was struck that they were getting ready. They were stretching, playing catch. There was no L screen on the mound. And then they took the cage away. And it's like, oh, we're going live right away. And that's what they did. They got a lot of pitchers work. They were playing the pitcher's walk-up music as he came in out of the pen and stuff. They were simulating a game as close as they could. My question to you is, when I watch live BP at the beginning of spring training, it's always something the hitters hate because they haven't seen 100 miles an hour in a while, and they're trying to, balls getting in on their thumbs, hurting their hands. They all bitch about it. What's it like from the pitcher's point of view? Like, they say it's just not the same as a game. And obviously it's not. You're pitching on a mound. But for pitchers to throw to hitters at this point of the season, like on a bullpen day, to do it with a guy in the batter's box, how is that different? And how does that change the equation as the Brewers get ready to, they're just trying to get ready for Saturday?
I think it's just something that Pat Murphy and the Brewers coaching staff put together to try to bridge this gap between this with the layoff. It's tough. It really is. You can't simulate a game. You can't simulate 35,000 fans yelling and screaming. You can't simulate the adrenaline and how hard your heart beats when the national anthem's over and you're starting a playoff game. You just can't do it. You have to try to somehow get as close to that as you can. For the pitchers, they're just working on their pitch. They're working on their feel. You know what? Maybe they'll go back and look at some stats. Maybe some of the guys will come down from there and say, you know what, you're missing a little bit. Your extension on your fastballs, 6-1 throughout the season. As it got later on, you were eventually, or early in the year, you were at a 6-4 extension. So hey, let's work on getting on top of your top foot or your landing foot. They'll do little things like that, but you cannot simulate this. You can't simulate fans, crowd, enthusiasm, and adrenaline.
The Padres are on the ropes right now. Yu Darvish, in his second inning of work, gave up a single to Tucker, a double, and then hit a batter to load the bases with nobody out.
Yeah.
We've reached an inflection point early at Wrigley, Wags, with Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish is I think he's a good guy to have start in a big game, but he does tend to fall off a cliff. I don't know if it's mechanics with him or what, but I've seen innings where he just like blows up, right? Just like anybody, but seems like he's either really on or it's a roller coaster.
Yeah. But again, he's a veteran. What is he, 39 years old, 40 years old, knows how to pitch. He's savvy. But goes back to your question, KB. This is a situation where, okay, I don't know if you watched the first batters, I guess like an Ian Happ. An Ian Happ is a guy who, if you look at the scouting reports, can't hit the high fastball. So you're going to play with a 4-seam elevation on the top end of the zone, and Ian Happ is going to swing at it. Problem is you have to put that ball there, because if you don't, Ian Happ's going to hit one of his 25 or 26 home runs he had this year. So Yu Darvish, I think, as he gets older and loses the stuff, still thinks he can do it, but the body just won't allow you to do it anymore.
All right. What do you say, Wags, that here we have tonight's game, winner take all, in one of the great rivalries in the sport, Yankees and Red Sox. Game 3, and maybe they're not used to being in the wild card series, whatever, but they're both starting rookies. Rookie pitchers starting in Game 3 in a winner go home game in this rivalry. Isn't that hard to fathom? Like that's what they have.
It really is. It really is. And you look at it, and if you saw what Boston did probably a couple of weeks ago, I believe they released or they DFA'd Walker Buehler. Obviously, he wasn't the question, but you're right. To not see a Yu Darvish or even a James Tyon when he pitched with the Yankees, a veteran going in that Game 3 and seeing two young players. I mean, they're getting a real quick taste of the Boston-New York rivalry, and that's one game that's going to be pretty exciting.
I watched that Dodgers Cincinnati game last night, and we don't really see the Dodgers unless we're playing them, or most people don't. But as I was watching it, Yamamoto, I was watching him pitch, and it's like, damn, can that guy hit spots?
Yeah.
Sick. I mean, low right, low left. I mean, there was nothing over the middle of the plate, like nothing. But
you're right. And that's what that's the Asian baseball. That's the Asian type of baseball, because of the fact that when guys leave here, look at Eric Thames. Remember Eric Thames when we had him? We sent him, or he goes overseas. We didn't send him. He becomes a free agent before he signs with us. He goes overseas, and that's where you learn how to control the zone. A lot of guys will say, "What are you doing up at bat?" "I'm tracking pitches." Man, there's so many guys that track pitches because you don't know exactly what's happening. But Eric Thames goes over there, and now he sees pitchers that can control the strike zone, like you just said. He learns it. Now he learns to track pitches. He sees pitches that are good, pitches that he's not going to chase. And a chase is a pitch that he swings at, but's out of the zone. And they call them Z swings. If you swing at a Z swing, is a swing at a miss in the zone. So what Eric Thames was doing is he was chasing. He was swinging at pitches that weren't in the zone. You go overseas like that, and you see these Asian pitchers like that. They control both sides of the plate, like you just said, you saw, up and down, and that it just magnifies the eye of our hitters, or all hitters, and that's why they go there.
And then they all choose number 18 too. Because they had some guy back in the 30s who had an unbelievable record, and now that's why they all have 18.
So with the bases loaded and nobody out, the Padres had a mound visit, and then Yu Darvish gave up a run-scoring single to PCA, KB's favorite Cub, and now Yu Darvish has been yanked from the game, and they're bringing in a reliever. Jeremiah Estrada's rolling in with the bases loaded and nobody out. That's a pretty good situation to set a reliever up for success. Get up, get hot quick, and now come in and face the bases loaded with nobody out. Go get them.
last night they also switched. What game was it? They switched pitchers with a 1-2 count. Was it the Dodgers game? And they switched batters.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
So they lifted a pitcher in the middle of a count.
They lifted a
they
pitcher
pitched
in the
it
middle
for
of the count, and then they countered with changing the hitter, and the hitter went in with a 1-2 count.
Thank God I wasn't scoring that game.
Struck out.
Right. There you go. Hey, buddy, we're just bringing in. We're going to switch you around. Okay, you go in there. You got a 1-2
count. If I'm not
mistaken,
if you're the hitter and you pinch it for somebody with a 1-2 count, if you strike out, it goes to the guy that
No, it did. It did when they said that. It went to the guy.
In terms of the pitcher, if it's the strikeout, I don't know if the pitcher gets the strikeout for the last pitch or not. I'm gonna have to.
Yes, I think you're right. You're to score, but yes, I believe it is. If it's a positive infraction, if it's a positive outcome, it goes to that guy. If it's a negative outcome, a walk, a hit, something to that effect,
on the
it goes.
count when you come in. So, yeah,
Right.
I've only seen that in injury situations.
Correct.
Where a pitcher will get hurt in the middle of a bat, or a batter will foul something off his foot or something, and then have to leave. But I've never seen both replaced.
Why can I not remember? I was watching all the games and flipping around, and because I think it was the Dodgers game. No, it wasn't the Dodgers game. I don't remember.
All right, well, I'll take your word for it, KB. I wasn't watching very closely last evening either, but now we got elimination games, and once again, the Guardians trail 6-1 against the Tigers. So.
Oh, Drew, we're not going to hear the end of it from your old buddy Andy.
I know.
Andy
West Bend he had to go take the dog for a walk because he was so stressed before, but now he can breathe a little more easily on this. All right, so Wags, here's the thing, because we're not going to be able to talk to you again until next week, and the Brewers will already have established like how they're going to start the series. If the Brewers come out flat on Saturday, folks are going to say, "Oh, they were playing bad going into this break, and then it's because of then they had this long layoff." If they come out gangbusters, nobody will care the way they played in the last 2 weeks of the regular season, right? So it all hinges on the way they play, how we view this whole rust, momentum type debate.
Exactly. Either way, you can have your opinion on why this outcome happened or that one. But again, the Milwaukee Brewers, how they play in the playoffs, I don't know. But they were the best team in baseball. 162 games are the best team in baseball. They shouldn't fear anybody. Somebody just told me the other day or just a little while ago, well, yeah, the Brewers, whether it's San Diego and if the Cubs come in, we're going to be the underdog. We're not going to be the underdog. We're the best team. Yeah, Brandon Woodruff, sure. We're not the underdog. We're the best team in baseball. Yes, playoffs is a different beast, but you know what? Freddie comes out there. Freddie pitches like he can pitch. We go into game 2 and 3. We win 2 straight in Milwaukee. This Milwaukee Brewer team is good. They're built to win it. And this is what can happen as long as you allow Pat Murphy to manage the way he did the whole 162 games. I don't want somebody coming down from the dugout in the first game of the playoffs and coming down and saying, you know what, Freddie Peralta, just an insinuation that, hey, Freddie Peralta gave up a home run to Sterling Marte in New York in the opening weekend, so he can't face him again. You know what? Pat Murphy's got to go with his gut, manage the way he managed all year, and this Milwaukee Brewer team will be just fine.
Well, Mr. Jeremiah replaced Yu Darvish and promptly came in and walked a run in. So the first batter he faced, so the Cubs still have the bases loaded with nobody out.
No.
And they lead the Padres 2-0.
It was Trinan who did that last night. Came in for 2 pitches.
There you have it. Hey, Wags, have a great weekend, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it as always, and we'll catch up with you next week. This playoff stuff's pretty good, I got to say.
It's good. I'm heading down to Pato. It's my daughter's birthday tonight, so we're going to go out to dinner, and hopefully I can put a couple of dollar bills in my pocket rather than give them away.
Let's go. Outstanding. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Wags.
All right, boys.
Paul Wagner. Visit DocHounds.com to learn about the Lake Country Dockhounds, Wags' team. They're fun. It's the off season now, but they have a lot of fun stuff going on. There'll be events at the ballpark sprinkled throughout the fall and the winter. Getting close to opening the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. We got a major announcement coming up. It's Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Can I marry you? It's a nice bottoms up. Throw it on down.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now. TheGameandStuff.com. TheGameandStuff.com.
Hey, NFL fans, I know you do anything for a win and an ice-cold Bud Light. The clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. A win isn't a win without the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And this season, visit Mecca Downtown, Maddie's Bar and Grill in New Berlin, Mason's Eatery and Pub in Kenosha, and Champs Lake, Geneva. And enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light during the game. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, smart and good-looking listeners, KB here. The inevitable is right around the corner. Winter, snow, wind, freezing temperatures, and if your house is drafty, winter will be miserable. You know, Miss Sue and I are thrilled with our new windows, but windows aren't the only thing that lets winter in your home. It could be your siding. That's why you need Javier and the team at Tilton Windows, Doors, and More. They've kept Milwaukee homes warm and looking good for years. Not only are they experts in window installation, they offer the industry's most advanced solid core siding that will withstand anything Wisconsin winter throws at you. Think about it. New siding protects your biggest investment. It boosts curb appeal, lowers energy costs, and the siding is backed by a lifetime limited warranties, including fade protection, and they're even transferable to the next owner of your home. So get your siding project started today. Just go to utilton.com. They'll get back to you and help you get your project started so you can be ready for a toasty warm winter. That's the letter U, Tilton.com.
Drew Olson from 97 through the game for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge. When it comes to pizza, there is no other pizza quite like Pep's Prohibition Special. It starts with a combination of sweet and slightly spicy Italian sausage, pepperoni, mushrooms, yellow, green, and red peppers, and just the right amount of red onions. Real Wisconsin mozzarella, and it's finished off with fresh Italian seasoning. My gosh, that's the good stuff. Make your house a draft house with Pep's Prohibition Special Pizza.
Back pain, neck pain, nerve pain, it's exhausting, and you deserve better. More than 80% of adults will experience significant back or neck pain at some time during their lives. At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, their spine specialists use advanced diagnostics and innovative treatments to relieve pain and restore motion. From conservative therapy to minimally invasive procedures, your spine care is in expert hands. The OAW Spine team performs hundreds of surgeries annually. They're one of the most trusted names for back and spinal care in the region. With in-house imaging, physical therapy, and top-ranked surgeons, they make it easier to take the next step without pain holding you back. When I was in pain last fall, my first thought was to reach out to OAW, and it was the best decision I ever made. I recommend that you trust them with your pain and your care, too. All the information that you need to book your appointment can be found at orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
It's Brian Butch for Window Nation. October is here, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, that's a big deal. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Week 5 of the NFL season kicks off tonight with an NFC West clash between the Rams and 49ers in Southern California. MLB.com reports rookie right-hander Jacob Mizorowski will make the team's Division Series roster despite struggling at the end of the season. And Wisconsin is reportedly on board with a Big Ten's proposal to enlist a private capital firm to help generate revenue for the conference. I'm Frank Garrity.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
We are 97.3 The Game.
Drew and KB with you on this Thursday in the good land. Oh, baby, the baseball. The baseball is exciting right now. Looking forward to Saturday. Brewers, whomever. Champions fear no one, as we say, right?
No, we do not.
Champions fear no one. Keep the cards and letters coming. NicoletLaw.com. Talking text line 877-794-1973. The Padres did escape that harrowing inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Cubs got 2. But it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
All right.
Absolutely.
And now San Diego has to pitch the rest of the game with their bullpen. So
we need a big win out of the Padres.
If the Padres come back, that's significant. I know there's a day between games, but still significant.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Moving forward, we have a big announcement coming up.
Huge.
In the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Kind of a triangular hit between us and the Milwaukee Admirals and another entity. You're going to want to stay tuned for this. We are very excited to be able to inform the world about what's going to happen.
Indeed.
It's not for a couple of months, but it's big.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's a big announcement. We're very happy to announce it. And we're going to have a special guest in the Timeout Sports Lounge to help us. Stay tuned. Drew and KB on The Game.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. 3 MLB wildcard series have made it to a Game 3, with only the Dodgers so far advancing to the NLDS. Tigers Guardians is ongoing with the winner to face the Mariners. Padres and Cubs are underway as well. And then the Red Sox and Yankees play tonight. If the Yankees win, the Brewers will play at 1 p.m. on Saturday. If the Red Sox win, the Brewers will play at 8 p.m. for Game 1. Former Wisconsin Badgers running back Braylon Allen has been placed on IR by the New York Jets with a knee injury that he suffered on Monday night, and he is out indefinitely. And Week 5 action kicks off in the NFL tonight with Thursday Night Football between the Rams and 49ers. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
22 minutes northbound 4145 from the Zoo to Good Hope. Southbound taking you 13. Your northbound 43 trip, only 13 to Brown Deer. Southbound, however, is 25 minutes, slowing most of the way in from Hampton. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
You're not just tired, you're drained. Dragging yourself out of bed, powering through work with caffeine, skipping workouts, zoning out at home. That 6 to 10 o'clock evening window, it used to be your time. Now you're barely holding on. Lower energy, poor sleep, no drive. If that sounds like you, it might be low testosterone, and you're not alone. It's Drew Olson from 97.3 The Game, and I was in that exact spot with less gas in the tank. I got tested at Game Day Men's Health, and it changed everything. I've been amazed the level of service I've received at Game Day and how quick the treatments are. It's part of my routine now. You can make it part of yours. They are looking to help you at Game Day Men's Health. It's fast, it's simple, and it's built for guys on the go. Like no waiting rooms, no awkward questions, just a free T-level test and real solutions that work. You've got a life to live. Don't waste it on the couch. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your free testosterone test today. Game Day Men's Health. Get into one of the 5 area locations, get results, and get back in the game.
Broadcasting from the all-new Iron Jock Studios, built by Reamer Remodel.
Let's get this going right now.
This is WRNW-FM Milwaukee, 97.3 The Game.
Catholic Memorial High School honors Student Athlete of the Month, Gabe Talla. With a 3.99 GPA, Gabe is not only captain of the football team, but a three-sport athlete competing in football, basketball, and track. Gabe is a CMH student ambassador, inspiring young players. As a proud graduate of St. Anthony-on-the-Lake, Gabe's known for being well-spoken, driven, and grounded in faith. Congratulations, Gabe Talla. Your future is bright, and your CMH community is proud. Learn more on how your student can achieve more. Go to CatholicMemorial.net.
KB, everyone is raving about Central Standard's brandy old fashioned in a can.
They should. It's made with their award-winning North Brandy, infused with Leinenkugel's delicious flavors used in their shandy lines.
Just grab a can, open, and enjoy. No mixing or muddling needed.
So good. Join us out here.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
Step into American Place Casino, where the excitement never ends. Located in Waukegan, Illinois, just a short drive from Milwaukee. Over 900 slot machines, your favorite table games, 4 restaurants, live entertainment, and now our brand new poker room. Plus, we're proud to be the friendliest casino around with service that sets us apart. Whether you're here to hit the jackpot, catch a game, or just have an unforgettable night out, American Place Casino has it all. American Place Casino. Closer than you think. Friendlier than you expect. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling, and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-426-2537.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway.
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This hour of Drew and KB is brought to you by Great Midwest Bank.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, smart and good-looking listeners across Wisconsin. Drew and KB's Timeout Sports Lounge is now open. So grab a bar stool and belly up, because it's time to knock a few back with your host, Drew and KB.
So basically you have
Jim, Jack, Johnny Red, Johnny Black, and Jose, all my favorite men.
Time for drinking, bud.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies. Toilet wine is a big thing in there, and people get their drink on.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
I don't know what inferior swill this is, but I ordered a Lagavulin. Set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We hope there isn't a single fan who is having a problem with the two-fisted slopper.
Drink. The king commands it.
They took the bar! The whole bar!
Medium dry martini, lemon peel, shaken, not stirred.
It is 5:01 in the good land, and happy hour has arrived. We're happy you're hanging out with us, Drew and KB, in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. My name is Drew Olson, joined by KB.
What's going on, brother man?
Oh, they're celebrating Detroit. The Tigers are moving on to the next round. They will face the Mariners in the divisional series as a result of their 6-3 victory, an elimination Thursday in Major League Baseball. Tigers are the first team in the American League to advance. Yankees, Red Sox tonight. Cubs and Padres are playing right now, and the Cubs are batting again. They lead 2-0 in the bottom of the third inning. We'll keep you apprised of all that stuff, but we also want to keep you apprised of thecentralstandard.com. That's where you learn about those delicious spirits crafted together by Evan, Pat, and the team. KB, what's the cocktail of the day?
Well, I'm kind of going around a little bit here with where some of the teams are playing, and we're going to do a drink called because the Red Sox and the Yankees have that closing that deciding game tonight. So we're going to have a little drink called the Boston Gold. It is the standard issue vodka, some banana liqueur, and orange juice.
All right. That's outstanding.
So we're doing that, and it goes perfect with a Pep's Draft House Pizza, of course. You can turn your house into a draft house with the Pep's Draft House Pizza. Big toppings, big taste, 14 different flavor varieties, 3 different crusts. If you can't find something to eat, something you like on a Pep's Draft House Pizza, do you even like pizza? That's all I can say right there.
Outstanding.
Because it is so good. It is 3 mms good, right, Hunter?
Turn
And
your
now-
house into a draft house with Pep's Draft House Pizza. And now
We have an announcement of some significance.
that is correct. Yesterday on the program, Admirals President John Greenberg, our buddy El Jefe, dropped by, and he brought us a gift. Well, he actually brought us a couple of gifts. He brought us a whole stack of schedules so that we could see where they're playing, on a day-by-day basis during their 2025-2026 season. And he also told us that we had permission to make a major announcement about an Admirals game that is going to take place on March 7th.
Yes.
At Panther Arena downtown. That is a Saturday night, March 7th. The Admirals are playing San Jose. That'll be the second game of a weekend visit by the San Jose club that is in on Friday too. San Jose will be in town March 7th, 6:00 face-off, and there will be a post-game concert following that game. The Admirals love their post-game concerts, and we love this one in particular.
Okay.
Hunter, if you would, please. That's right. They have visited Milwaukee many times. Admirals games many times. We can tell you that the Dropkick Murphys will be playing the post-game show on March 7th at Panther Arena. 6:00 face-off and the concert to follow. Tickets are available right now at MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. On-ice passes are available right now.
Oh, it's awesome.
At MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. And we welcome a special guest, our friend Ken Casey, calling from Boston, founding member of the Dropkick Murphys, coming back to Milwaukee.
Oh.
Kenny, this is the best news we could announce today with no Packers game going on, no Brewers playing today. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming back to Milwaukee.
What's up, fellas? It's good to be back talking to you. Let's start off by circling back to this drink that you invented with a Boston name. I don't even drink, and I'm insulted that you drink a Boston drink with a banana liqueur.
I know. Yeah. I just pulled those off the internet. That's it. I wouldn't touch anything with banana liqueur.
I'm so glad you called him on that. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, this announcement, we're talking about a game that's going to happen March 7th here in our city, and it's part of your run towards your St. Patty's reunion shows in Boston, if you will. But, Kenny, how excited are you about tonight with Yankees Red Sox? All hands on deck tonight.
Man, having been away from October baseball for a few years, I forgot how friggin' nerve-wracking the whole thing is. It's just, both of these, game 1 and game 2 were great baseball, close games. Game 1 won by a great play on the bases with the aggressive play taking second on what should have been a single, and then game 2 arguably lost by 2 outs, should have been running on contact, and there's a ground ball up the middle that our runner should have already been rounding third to score the tying run, and he held up, and anyway, here we are. But it's kind of interesting that it's a great base running play in game 1 and a bad base running play in game 2 that arguably could be, what decided each game, and now a game 3. Weird to say, deciding game 3. I don't know. My blood pressure's through the roof. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this season to end. But it's wild. Yankees Red Sox clinching game, and we're only October 3rd. When's that ever happened before?
It's crazy. And for these two storied franchises in this rivalry to be playing in a win or go home game and both starting rookie pitchers with less than 15 starts in the big leagues. Holy cow.
That is wild. And, if I think my blood pressure's through the roof, how'd you like to be either of those guys tonight? But yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, I think it's we've had their number, but it is in Yankee Stadium. All 3 games in Yankee Stadium. Don't know how I feel about that, but I don't make the rules, so.
Hey, Ken Casey joining us, founding member of Dropkick Murphys. They'll be playing the post-game concert at Panther Arena following the Admirals game against San Jose on Saturday,
so forward
March
to it.
7th. Let's MilwaukeeAdmirals.com buy tickets. Let's get this thing sold out before we leave the air
Absolutely.
today. That'd be amazing.
I love, the Admirals, Milwaukee in general. It's like a home away from home. Good salt of the earth people, and the Admirals have treated us like family, and we've had some great post-game shows there and some great memories, and looking forward to doing it again.
Well, I got to tell you something. Now I've got kind of a little bit of skin in the game because I am praying for a Red Sox Brewers World Series because now I got a place to crash because my son is a Southie. And I am definitely.
First of all, just right up there with the banana liqueur. We don't say a Southie.
Okay, I don't know.
That's a dead giveaway. Then again, you can't say my son's from Southie, so you just got to say my son lives in Southie.
Okay, got it.
I'm just
I know.
I'm just here to help.
And so I will. I appreciate it because I don't want to look like a tourist. So what I will see you on the 7th, and then it has been. I don't know. It's kind of a bucket list thing of mine. And then I will be making the trip to Boston for a few of the shows in the St. Patrick's Day string. That's like going to see. It's like seeing Bruce in Jersey, the Pope at the Vatican.
No, the St. Patrick's Day shows in Boston are right up there with an Admiral show.
There you go.
Neck and neck.
The next best thing. I mean,
Yep.
I think you guys still hold some building records for beer sales on nights that you play. I'm just saying. So
they had to call in the distributor to bring more in.
Yeah. I heard this year there's even talk of us getting a cut of the beer sales.
Now you're talking. Well, I think Greenberg and Wojo might have something to say about that. I'm not.
Right now, the Admirals are listening to that going, what did he just say?
Well, and they're like, yeah, okay, we'll give you that. And you cut us in on any merch revenue that you make too. We'll just call it an even swap. And so KB mentioned if the Red Sox win tonight, if they were to play the Brewers, that would be incredible. But you guys have this little problem of being booked in Europe and playing shows during the World Series in the back half of October. So what's it like to be a sports fan watching your teams when you're playing shows to packed arenas overseas?
One time I was in Iceland and watched, it was that game in the 2018. I want to say it was maybe game 4 in the 2018 World Series versus the Dodgers, and it went like 19 innings. And now keep in mind, Iceland's already 4 or 5 hours ahead, so the game didn't start till like midnight. And I was up, so I basically never went to bed. So it's not easy to watch playoff 8 p.m. baseball when the game's technically not starting until 2 in the morning. So, it would end at, whatever, probably 6 a.m. over there. But we stay up, and we'll do whatever we have to do, and we'll make the bus pull over. One time we had a promoter. We were playing Tallahassee, Florida in 2003 when Aaron Boone hit the walk-off home run to knock the Red Sox out in the 7th game, and we refused to go on stage until the game was over. And the promoter was like, maybe this team just shouldn't book tours in October, I said, well, we don't expect to always be in this position. So, and that night we were on the bus watching the game, and there was this like back deck off of the venue, and probably, 100, 150 people from the venue could get back out onto this bus. And the whole venue knew they were watching and waiting till the game was over. And the people on the back deck could actually see from the deck into our bus window and see us watching the game. And they see Boone hit the walk-off home run, and they know we're going to be pissed. And they were like trampling each other to get back into the venue so they didn't have to make eye contact with us when we came off. And we played like 5 songs straight. And then in the first break of songs, I just let an F-bomb go that I think I held the UCK of that word for about a solid minute. But yeah, you win some, you lose some. You know?
That is outstanding. Ken Casey joining us. Dropkick Murphys playing at the Admirals Panther Arena. The show is March 7th. Tickets available right now at MilwaukeeAdmirals.com and on ice passes. And that's the thing, Ken, you're playing in a hockey rink and you got the people in front of you, but also people in the bowl. I know you guys have played a lot of places over the years, but that to me always seems like a weird configuration. Are you playing to the TV cameras, the people in the crowd, or the people right in front of you on the carpet in front of the stage?
Well, the fact that they let people come down and fill essentially one, from the blue line in with people on the carpet makes it feel like a normal show because, you're mostly playing to those people right in front of you, and then you look up and see the other people. But if they didn't let people come down in front of the stage, that would be really difficult. But I think it's a great formula they use, how they let people down on the ice. I don't know if you recall the one year I came out for the encore on skates and
yes.
Skated around, and then the people came off the carpet and chased me onto the ice, and then they were all leaning on me trying to sing along. And you'd be surprised how tough it is to hold yourself up on skates when 10, 12 large men are like leaning on your shoulders. I thought my ankles were going to snap. So needless to say, I learned my lesson that night, and I will never be doing that. But I almost was going to start stripping. It was almost like that scene in Slapshot.
That would have been amazing. So, yeah. And you guys, I'm looking at your schedule. You're
going to miss the World Series again.
You're going to Europe in the middle of October with Frank Turner and the Sleeping Souls and Haywire. Those people are in for some good shows in Italy, Germany, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Norway. You're playing everywhere. Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to have some fun.
For our first times ever going to Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. So, and every rock band on earth really thinks that until they get to those three countries, are they even a rock band?
Well, there you go. Like, what is, you guys have a big base of fans in Europe, and now you're opening new markets, but where are you most popular in Europe? Where are the most fervent crowds? Is it Germany? Is it
Our biggest markets would be Germany, France, Holland, Belgium. They're very fervent, but I mean, Southern Europe, like Spain, Greece, Italy, those fans, the shows aren't quite as big as they are in the other ones, but those fans are bonkers. That they get that Southern European passion to them. Although the Northern Europeans, like the Germans, as everyone thinks the Germans is not exactly being like the life of the party, funniest guys or whatever, most outgoing. But I'll tell you what, a German crowd, once the music starts, they're a whole different breed. They really let loose then. I just think Europeans, it seems like Europe's not caught up in the rat race of life. They're still out enjoying their free time, and maybe they don't have 1,000 television stations at home, so they go out for their entertainment more. It just seems like, in America, there's just a lot more to compete with, people's responsibilities in life, everything. And don't get me wrong, an American crowd's great for Dropkick Murphys, but something about Europe, I think the people live a little bit better of a life over there. I hate to say it in terms of, not being in the rat race as much.
They seem to have better stamina in terms of jumping and keeping their energy up from the first note to the last. It seems like they got us beat on that market.
Mm.
Yeah, well, especially the Germans. I mean, but even look at like just that whole coming from the soccer mentality of singing and they just have that. They bring that like soccer mentality to a show, singing along more, and it's just, it's just a different mentality, and I love it. It's awesome. It's a honor to be able to get to travel and play all over the place, but nothing compares to an Admirals game once again.
There you go. It all comes back to the Admirals again.
I got to tell you, Ken, to get the new album, I see, the vinyl's coming out in a couple of days, but I've got to hand it to you. Who came up with the song? Because Chesterfield's an aftershave. For anyone who had a troubled childhood, that's Two odors that are wafting through your memory.
Yeah, that song's about, my grandfather raising me. My father died when I was a kid, and my grandfather kind of, got me in line, so to speak. And but when I was, he just always had that smell of cigarette mixed with like Old Spice or whatever it was, and it just created this smell that was like, that's a grandfather. That's my grandfather. And I learned a lot from not just what he taught me, but how I watched him carry himself as I kind of watched, admiring him and listening to his conversations with other people, whatever. And it was just, it's about like the memories of my childhood and my gratitude to have a positive role model like that in my life.
What a great title of a song. And it's
incredible.
It's so awesome.
We're ready for an incredible show coming up. Kenny, can't wait. March 7th. It's going to be perfect. 10 days before St. Patrick's Day. You'll definitely get in the mood by coming to the show. Tickets available now, MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. On ice passes available right now at MilwaukeeAdmirals.com. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Safe travels to Europe. And we're cheering for that Red Sox Brewers World Series. And should I say, when it happens, we'll be calling you in Europe to get your thoughts on a regular basis.
And when we win tonight, you have a banana liqueur on me, all right?
Yes, KB, that's it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate it.
See you guys.
All right. Ken Casey, Dropkick Murphys, coming to Milwaukee. What a big announcement. That just made my day. Fantastic. March 7th, Panther Arena. Tickets available now at Milwaukee.
And I'm sure we will have tickets to give away as we get closer.
Absolutely. I'm going to go buy some right now.
It's one of my favorite shows.
When we come back, we'll play a little in case you missed it. Our conversation with Aaron Nagler about the Packers is next. It's Drew and KB. Timeout Sports Lounge on the Game.